Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. This is Anthony, and with me I have Tommy the Bargain Effect.
Hey, everybody.
We're just going to be doing some work, guys. Feel free to, if you'd like, jump in. I'm dropping the link in the chat. This is open to everybody. You don't have to be a reseller. You don't even really have to be working. You just keep us company while we work. You know what I mean? I'm going to be working on some video game systems, getting them fixed and ready for eBay and auction and stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on. I think Tommy's working on some stuff for his printing business. So Kathy's shipping. Hey Kathy, good to see you. Glad to have you with us. So yeah, I do have to do a bunch of work. I have like between 8 and 10 Sega Genesis systems, model 1 and 2, that need fixed and basically tested and set up for the auction we're doing on Monday and for eBay. So I'm going to be working on that. But I also have this Game Boy Color. This is actually my own personal Game Boy Color. But what I plan on doing is selling it. It has some issues with the buttons not working right. So I'm gonna fix that and get this thing listed. Should be a pretty quick flip. Hey, what's up, Paul? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Tiffany. Good to see you. Glad you guys are with us. I did drop a link in the chat. If anybody wants to join us at any time, feel free to just jump in. This is open to everybody. We're just doing some work, and I figured what better way to do work than with some company. So that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. It's lonely in the basements.
It does get lonely in the basements, yeah. That's for sure. Only company you have is the spiders.
Right? I had a spider friend for a long time, man. And I had my desk over against the other wall. It had a little nest up there. It didn't mess with me. I didn't mess with it. I figured it'd help keep the other bugs out of the basement. It was there for like a year and a half, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
Hey, Dee, good to see you. She said she can't hear, but she can see the chat. So I'm going to type hi, D. Yeah, Paul, if you're free, man, feel free to jump in. You're more than welcome. I didn't really send out too many links just because I figured I'd just drop it in the chat. So let's start off with this Game Boy. You know how roach some of these screws can get, and it's hard not to strip them. I need a little bit larger screwdriver. What's up, Moronic Pest? What's up, Paul?
Hey, man. Out here at the old flea market.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I see the shipping container behind you. How you doing today? Any good?
Oh, man, they did a lot of work over the weekend. They moved a lot of tables down here, and the weather's not bright, hot, and sunny. So it's been real busy. I made more money today than I have through the last 3 weekends combined.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Glad to hear that. Everything like squared away with that theft you had?
I mean, there ain't really much I can do about it. You know, I just had to move on from it.
They don't have like any like insurance or anything like that for?
No, I mean, you're pretty much out here on your own.
Gotcha.
So
that sucks, man.
I mean, I'm still kind of figuring out some stuff that got gone, but hey, you know, I can whine and cry about it, or I can just move on and continue to try to make some money off what was left. So
yeah,
they took a lot of stuff, a lot of tools that I know didn't work, so I'm not really all that concerned about it.
Yeah. Hey, CH Enterprise. Good to see you. Well, at least you probably didn't have any of that stuff listed on eBay. You didn't have to kind of go through and do that. Making that money.
Yeah.
What's up, Jameson Closet? Thrift Beast. Good to see you guys. These screws don't come out of this. Really
Yeah, most of that stuff was like local sales stuff. Anyways, it was some. Let's see, one kind of like tile saw that was kind of low end. It wasn't all that great. So, and then just some like hand tool, like sanding disc. What do you call it? Dremel bits, stuff like that. Again, I'm not worth sweating over, and calling police and having. I mean, they can't do anything about it. So we just moved on.
Yeah, understandable.
And most of the stuff here, none of this is eBay inventory. This is all overstock or, stuff that doesn't sell for a premium on, platforms like that.
Yeah. Moronic Best, you probably also emailed Derek, you know what I mean, or message him in that Resellers Coast to Coast group. If you want to show him the red lines, I'm sure he wouldn't mind being the find, or maybe he might even want to buy some of them. From what I understand, the only thing he's taking a break on is YouTube. Is that right, Tommy?
Yeah, that's my understanding. I know he's got his rummage. I think he's doing that this weekend.
Mm-hmm. He might be doing that right now, huh?
Yeah. So I know he was kind of depressed because the weather was going to be kind of icky for him, but
yeah, he's had no luck with that, man.
Yeah.
He was trying to do that the week I was down there with him. This thing is like eating through these. All right, change of plans. I'm gonna work on the Segas first because this thing is. That's not really something I'm waiting to flip for money anyway. That one just belongs to me, and I figured it'd be the easiest fix. So, so I started on that first. Buttons are easy to fix. I got some other electronics I can test now that I have all these power supplies. You guys a change of scenery. That way I can get to my pretty pink TV. Oh, you know what, Moronic Pest? I'm pretty sure Derek subscribes to Blue Bus Dave. So I'm sure he's probably even seen it, unless it's something that he hasn't put out on YouTube yet. I'm going to go ahead and I'll drop this link again right quick, just in case anybody wants to jump in. Feel free. I'm going to be dilly-dallying with some systems and stuff for a minute here. I've got like more Sega Genesis consoles than I know what to do with at this point, guys. One of these makes a noise. A whole tub full of untested systems that may or may not need fixed. Bought them in bulk.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Yep. I can't remember which ones I bought with Derek and which ones I bought offline. So make sure that these plugs are kind of universal. And they're not. So that one doesn't go with the fat system. CH, I don't know if there's anything wrong with them yet. I'm kind of figuring that out right now as I go. I bought a lot in bulk off of Mercari. I also bought a lot in bulk at a flea market I went to at NASCAR Man last month. So I'm not entirely sure offhand which ones are which. So I'm just kind of digging through and just kind of starting with the Segas, because the older the systems are, the easier they are for me to fix. Once they get more intricate, they get a little bit harder for me to understand, what's wrong with them, because I only know like I only have a basic understanding of like refurbishing stuff, and a lot of the stuff I know, I literally learned just from watching YouTube videos. So I do have really good luck with getting old systems to like fire up like the first time. So, and I know like a lot of these old ones you need to like blow in and fiddle with. So typically once I take them apart and clean them out, and sometimes it's easy to tell if there's something wrong with it. Sometimes it's not. But I'm hoping these will be easy fixes. Something I can't fix, I just sell it for parts. Move on. So I'm hoping to get a couple fixed because I want to be able to do a. Okay, so this one power's on. I want to be able to sell some of these during our auction on Monday night that me and Tommy and Rebecca Kruger are doing.
I'm looking forward to that. That should be exciting and fun.
Yeah, for sure. Somewhere. I just bought some new.
Hey, Anthony, is that going to be on your channel, or whose channel is your auction going to be on?
Yeah, it's going to be on my channel.
Okay.
It's 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday. It's essentially just Derek's channel. We're or Derek's auction. We're just kind of babysitting it for him until he comes back.
Yeah, I was going to try to meet up with him, but he's going to be like 4.5 hours away, and the only day he can do anything is on a weekday, and it's real tough for me to get 4.5 hours away on a weekday.
Yeah, for sure. It's understandable. Where did I put those cords? I'm not going to get too far if I can't find where I put those cords. I literally just bought a couple sets of the AV adapters for the SEGA Model 1 and 2. I don't know where I put them. Could have sworn I had them in here. This is probably one of them here. Okay, yeah, here's one. Could be like one more in here. Here we go. Now just time to figure out which one goes to which. That's one thing that sucks is when they switched to the Model 2, they changed the AV adapter.
See, that's all foreign to me. I am not familiar with the video games thing at all.
Guessing this is probably the Model 1. You can go in, buddy. Yeah. Guess it's in there. That's stupid. It only comes with the 2. AV is definitely better quality video though than the RF switch. So hopefully this will work. Come on, pretty pink TV, turn on. Do I not have you plugged in? My switch turned off here. That's a problem. Oh, there it goes. So I should check to see what input this is on. It's on channel 4. Let's move it over to channel 3. That's not good. They said maybe if we can get you to be a little quieter, Tommy, maybe we can get it done.
Just focusing, man. This is like the first time that I'm putting in a sizable supply order, and I'm just trying to find the best deal, you know, in a bulk order.
Wow. Would that be any more of an epic failure?
I might have to drop off here. The wind picked up, so knocking a bunch of stuff around. So I got to start picking stuff up. So I got to drop off.
Alrighty, thanks for jumping in.
Take it easy, guys.
Take care, man.
Yeah, so this game's a reproduction. It's a Ninja Turtle, the Hyperstone heist. They made it to where it doesn't even hardly fit in the system.
Oh.
That not work? Oh, I'm probably going to change my TV setting, I think. See if that makes a difference now. Oh, yeah, there it goes. It works. Perfect. Fires right up first time.
There you go.
That's one working system. Boom shakalaka. I didn't even have to do anything to it. Nice thing about this repop is it's a good way to know that it's a working game. All right, so that works. I probably should have tested the controller while I was at it. Partner with it. That probably would have been smart before I pulled everything out of it. But let's try that again. What's up, Sandollar? Yeah, I never quit gaming. It's just kind of always been like something I did to pass the time. Nothing against anybody that has quit. You know what I mean? There's obviously more important things in life than video games.
No.
I bet you, like me, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, I'd slap myself for saying that right now. Like, you sell out. All right, so let's see if this controller works. Yeah, I'm going to have to do I haven't done my gaming thing in a while. I'm going to have to do one with this. I actually bought this Turtles game for that purpose, and I just haven't. Maybe it's because the way I had it set didn't fire back up. Clean out them pins either way. I need to get one of them like air guns or like one of those things you spray a keyboard with.
Oh, yeah, they come in handy. I use compressed cans.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I just think I had things set weird. Yeah, controller seems to be working fine. So I'll probably just keep this controller plugged in. Lay the smackdown on a couple Foot Clan soldiers here. Yeah, this game was like one of my favorites back in the day. Just like a beat 'em up Ninja Turtle game. This was like one of the ones they had at the arcade.
I got excited the other day when we were at the bins. They had a Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the original, and couldn't find the head for one of them.
Dude, I got I got a couple of those. Like I think a couple that are used, and then I have like a couple that are brand new in box.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That used to be one of my favorite games when I was a kid, man.
All right, I need to stop testing this because I'm going to just keep playing if I don't. I might drop this link again. I know we don't have very many people on. I know a lot of people in the community are out yard selling right now, but cool. So this is one that does work great. I have like no room to put anything in this basement right now. It's like the main reason I haven't went yard selling since I've been back from Derek's. I just had too much stuff that I needed to process. What's up, Glenn? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm doing good. Getting ready to go to a wedding. My nephew's wedding is today.
Nice.
Nice.
There's the curly hair. I'm waiting for my curls to fall. My curls need to fall. Do you gentlemen know what that means?
I don't. But
I have no idea. Relax a little bit. Like
yes, Tommy. Ding, ding, ding. Tommy's in tune with his wife.
Yeah.
I try.
That's called the salon effect.
The salon effect. Yeah, I was in the bathroom curling my hair when you sent me the link.
Cool.
I got some awesome jewelry in.
Nice.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Wednesday.
Nice. I got another one that fires right up.
You testing video games?
Yeah. Me and Tommy are doing an auction on Monday. So I'm gonna.
On your channel?
Yeah, on my channel.
Oh, on your channel.
Yeah, my channel. Yeah, we're babysitting Derek's auction until he comes back. So. Yeah, so that's two that work perfect. I love the Model 1 so much just because it's so classic to me. That's the one I had when I was a kid.
Alex Kidd. Hey, what video game was this? Fire up.
That sounds familiar. I don't know.
Fire up.
Oh, look, we got somebody else with us. Hold on.
Altered Beast.
What's up, Glenn?
Hey guys. Hello. Good morning.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Altered Beast, Anthony.
Yeah, I feel like a tool for not knowing that.
Having any sales this morning?
I had one.
Whole lot sales-wise today, actually.
Right.
I had a couple sales on the unmentionable Poshmark, though.
Right.
Did
eBay
you?
has been slow, but I've been cooking along on Mercari and Poshmark, thankfully.
Yeah. I hit one sale yesterday morning. I hit bought some razor blades. Like you put in I got one laying around. For like 3 blade razor deals for 25 cents. And some, I had it for $29.99 free shipping. Somebody made me like a little offer, and I kept going back and forth. I was at $28.50. So I wanted to see how fast I could sell it. So I said, but sold them last night about 10 o'clock. I was in somebody's show last night.
Yeah.
So I just gave them to the post lady. So less than 12 hours, I sold the item.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
For 25 cents, and like I said, so I'll make after fees about $20 or $22.
Nice.
It seems like every time I list something and it sells like within the hour, it always comes back as a INAD bait and switch. Like every time I have like if it's like $50 or above, it'll sell like this, and then it comes back as an INAD, and it's a classic bait and switch every freaking time.
I haven't had any of those yet. I've been fortunate.
I never had a bait and switch yet. Knock on wood.
I take I don't need certain marks or
3 that worked perfect.
blemishes on things, and I'll take photographs of it, and then I'll ask the person to send me a photograph of that area, specifically of that area. And I was even able to prove to eBay that a La Crusade kettle that I sold was a bait and switch because it didn't have those specific marks on the handle on the lid. And they still did not care that they were baiting and switching.
Oh, they don't, it's asked God to prove that, you're in the right.
There's something that jiggles in this one, so I'm guessing this one's going to be a problem. And it's
Yeah.
meant to switch.
One cell this morning, I guess across the street, they had another cell when I was leaving. The guy said, well, don't forget the guy across the street, because you really couldn't see a sign.
Yeah.
They usually share garage cells. Every time one does one, another one will do it. But I guess I asked him, you buy storage lockers, I buy leftover estate cells. He had a bunch of furniture. We had these boxes of this junk in it. And all that. And I looked on top, and the only thing worthwhile, let's see where I put it, was this little stapler, it had $3 on it. I figured that's from the sale. So I'll give you 25 cents for it. And he said, you can have it. Also, there's a Scrabble game over there, where you take 25 cents for that. And he said, yeah. So they only had like 93 tiles. But I take, for 25 cents for 2 items, I'll just throw a lot of them up with other tiles and all that. So that's not too bad. And like I said, actually, one thing that's missing, a little plate right there. I think you go like $30 brand new, not brand new, but like in mint shape,
This one's fired right too.
I got some vintage staplers too at that 50s estate sale that I went to.
Well, hopefully this works for me. I bought it, but I'm not, I think they get for like used like $50 or $50. But I figured this might be good for me, like making little labels, at least they're not something like that. Use it from, and I only paid $1.50 for it.
Can't beat that. I don't know whether all of these vintage rulers I got from the 50s, they have like the advertising phone numbers that are just like DEK and then 3 or 4 numbers. I don't know whether to sell these all as a lot or to sell them individual.
I guess if it's a national chain, I might say individually, like TG and Y or some big, little small ones, you might just want to lot up together.
Columbia envelope.
Was that a major envelope chain back in the day, or
I don't know. How would you find that out?
Just put it in Google Images, or just put it in Google and see what pops up.
It says envelope craftsman since 1888. I'm guessing since they only did envelopes, they probably were not. But what's kind of cool is it gives you all the dimensions of the different sizes of the envelopes.
All right.
That is cool.
On the ruler. But I don't know. I love an 18-inch ruler, so I kind of want to keep them, but I want to sell them too. And I have a bunch of engineering rulers, and I don't know what to call them. I don't know what they're called. I don't know the proper terminology for them.
Well, hey, these are like some old, like made in USA, but I keep them with someone. I take pictures of stuff. Some people use like different rulers, so I usually, when I do it, I make the little L deal like that and put the item
Kevin,
right here.
Oh, that's a good idea, Glenn.
You use different rulers. It looks kind of weird looking, so I try to use the same rulers. Like if I'm used to selling stickers or a small envelope that in the picture, or a small item like a nickel or dime or whatever you're trying to sell, I try to use the same size type rulers.
I'll use one ruler, but I've never thought of using 2 rulers. That's a good idea.
You're talking about rulers. This is vintage here. This is diamond motorcycle chain here. This is back from the mid 70s here. But I'll just probably keep that for a souvenir. I checked on eBay. They're not selling too good.
This is a beveled see-through ruler, but I don't know what you'd use it for.
Oh, Tom, whatever happened to deal like doing the garage sales? Like where you're hunting for something and I can bid on it, or does it get worked out or too hot?
Yeah, it got too hot. I was having issues with my phone staying cool and being able to run.
Right.
And then by the time it started cooling down, I got so involved in other things, I just kind of forgot about it.
You almost need two people, like a husband-wife deal. Like you're feminine, she's looking at the text. Hey, but honey, go back. You know, when you do that, you can't do both. You know, it's almost impossible.
Right. It was hard when I was going through to try to pay attention to the chat and look at what was there. I mean, because chat would roll so fast.
Right.
Anybody want to place a bet to see what's jiggling in here? I bet you it's like a nickel or a dime or something. Because this thing fires right up, so there's more than likely nothing broken in it.
What is it, like a little bank or something?
No, it's a SEGA.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a broken piece.
I picked it up and I was like, yeah, this one probably won't work because it was like jiggling right off the bat, and it fires right up, works perfect. The only issue is there's a for the headphones, there's a little switch right here that would slide up and down. The plastic part of it's missing, but still usable. But so far, I have 4 working systems.
Nice.
I don't even have to refurbish.
You got those today, Anthony?
Oh no, I've had them sitting here for I don't know, maybe 2 months. I just have been so busy listing inventory that I got from Derek's that I haven't had time to get to them. And now I figured, you know, once Q4 comes around, this stuff's going to be a little bit hotter anyway. So
Right.
I've just been holding back on listing it.
Man, this auction that I've been bidding on shot from $20 to $99 in 2 hours.
Wow.
What, like an online storage auction?
Yeah, at shopgoodwill.com. And it's still got 4 days and 8 hours left to go.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Now, your real watchers or the real serious guys, they're going to bid on the last second.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't I know it? I lost 8 auctions last night because I wasn't on it right at 10 o'clock.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to bid on some old gun boxes, you know, like cardboard and all that, and the guy had like, one individual had probably 10 different ones, and they're all basically like a minute apart. So, you know, it was hard to, you know, do each one. You know, it wasn't like 10 different individuals, one person selling 10 of them. You know, and some of them are going like $30 to, you know, over $100. You know, and I was sitting there at the last second, hitting certain bids in, just taking a chance and didn't get them. You know, they would really go skyrocket.
Yeah, I'm happy I've got multiple sources of sourcing for my jewelry. I don't rely just on one, or I'd be screwed, because you know they all end. You might be bidding on 20 different things, and they all end at the same time, so you can't keep up on all of them.
Yeah. I think it's smart to have different sources for every avenue, regardless of what people sell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm constantly like, I'm that dude that'll stay up in the middle of the night trying to snipe stuff off of eBay, looking for stuff on Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, offer up, let go, just trying to find whatever I can. And typically, I try to feel people out whenever I'm dealing with them too, to see if it's somebody that I could like slip a business card and be like, hey, this is what I do. Bring me any stuff you have, and I'll pretty much buy it all type thing.
Mm.
I'm fishing for that guy like Lonnie has. Haven't found the guy yet, but getting closer.
That's a question, because man, he, you know, for all what he's getting right now, he doesn't have to worry about going to garage sales.
Exactly, yeah.
Or he can just hit 1 or 2, not worry about hitting 10 at a time. You know, so I'll hit a couple just to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, his inventory is insanely good.
Yeah.
It seems like by the time he's starting to sell through it, the guy hits him up for another sale too, so that's always good.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you guys do all those video games. It's just, I guess I'd have to be interested in video games to begin with.
Yeah, see, I love video games, especially the stuff I grew up playing. So, like, for me, I would rather have these 10 Sega Genesis than, like, well, I mean, obviously the newer stuff's going to probably be worth a little bit more, but I'm just Number one, I wouldn't know how to fix a newer one. Two, like I really enjoy this old stuff.
Well, back in the day, in my 20s, okay, when I had two little kids, I had two kids by the time I was 23. And I played video games back then. You know, I played Sega Genesis, and then, of course, I played the Atari. But, like, the controllers nowadays, it's like, how do you know how to do anything? There's, like, 10 different buttons.
Yeah, it's definitely getting more advanced, that's for sure. Oh.
Even that Nintendo, or what did I just sell, Anthony?
You sold a PlayStation 2, I believe.
Yeah. Even that controller was like, when I was trying to test them, I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing anything or not. I honestly don't know if what I'm doing is causing any effect whatsoever, but the game is working. Yeah, I think that's my last foray into a video game system. That was not enjoyable to me.
So I was half right. It was a dime, and it was this plastic piece, whatever the heck this is. That
was a dime?
Yeah, a dime and this plastic piece is what was causing that jiggle.
Wow.
So
it's amazing it would still play.
Yeah, well, I mean, back in the day, like, it was like cartridge based, so I mean, you'd always have the issue of little kids stuffing things in there. I know my cousins used to do that all the time. I used to have a role, like, when my younger cousins, like, would come over, they wanted to play video games with me. They couldn't touch the system controller because they would sometimes stick stuff in there.
You know, and I see them games at rummages or whatever, or Goodwill or whatever, you know, and I shake them, and if I hear loose stuff, I never even mess with them.
Same thing like, you know, flip clock or a good digital clock, you know. You know, you shake it a little bit, and if you hear something, unless you can sell it for parts, you know, you check it, and so I can still sell it for parts, you know.
Well, even this one, Tommy, I was expecting, whenever I picked it up and I heard the rattle, I was like, yeah, that's not a good sign. And then I plugged it in, and it fired right up, like, perfectly on the first try. I was like, it's probably changed or something. Like, some kid probably stuffed something in there. And sure enough, that's what it was. Hey, what's up, Christian Raymond Pastor? Good to see you, man. Again, guys, there's a link in the chat. And you can feel free to join us. We're just kind of hanging out and doing some work. And I figured it would be better sitting in my basement with all of you than sitting in my basement alone. So,
true that.
Just working on refurbishing some Sega Genesis. Right now, Model 1s. I think this is my last Model 1 system. We'll be moving into Model 2 here shortly. I got to find some parts. I have two PlayStation 3s that need tested. I'm guessing the PlayStation 3s are going to go for parts because they're rough looking. I got a PlayStation 2 Slim that needs tested. I think I have a couple Wii's that need tested too.
Yeah, I bought this morning. I don't know if marble tiki or something like that, but I thought it was a giant chess piece. But they put the price tag on the very bottom, and you can see that where the tag was. So when I peeled it off, you know, it stuck to it. You know, so I don't know if it was like made in Japan, China, or I don't know where it was made at. I hate when they do that.
It should be rattle free now. Beautiful. I wish I had a broken one that I could pull this piece off of for the glider here, but I mean, other than that, it works perfect. Well, I at least made a dime profit on this one already.
It would have been nice if it was under 1964, and at least they could say it was silver.
You know, I didn't even check the date on it. No, it's 2010. It's a little bit upsetting. I was hoping it might have been a retro dime for a retro system, but I guess not. Another controller here. You with this one. Yeah, so all of the Model 1s work. I'd like to see.
Nice.
Let's check out some Model 2s. Oh. Glad that didn't fall. I literally have like no space for things right now. Oh yeah, I have 2 of these that need tested. I have several that are already tested too. I have a lot of different controllers and parts too that I'm going to need to fiddle with as well. Going to kind of focus on the systems first. I can't remember. I may have tested a couple of these Model 2s already, so I guess we'll see. I'm thankful that all of the Model 1s work, so that's right there. Huge. I know I have some games I can kind of part out with them too. Lot out, I should say, with them. Stick it back in the envelope so I don't lose it. I probably got to order a few more of these pieces here. Plug 2. Actually, test other stuff. Nice thing about these old SEGA plugs is I've found I can test other electronics with them.
Really?
Yep.
I wonder if you get the same performance though.
I don't know. I basically just test to see if I can get stuff to fire up or not.
I still have to get a faster Ethernet cable because they have lightning speed Ethernet cables now. I still want to get one of those.
I've been waiting to test this thing. It's that Tiger Electronics DVD what's it called? Projector. I've been waiting to test this thing. I got this down at the Savers when I was with Derek. $10. Where the heck's the power supply at on this thing? Or the power button, I should say.
I had a good eBay day yesterday. I sent out 4 packages for eBay yesterday.
Nice.
Hey, I'm gonna jump out for about 5 minutes. I gotta handle something.
Sounds good,
And
man.
I'll be back.
Okay, see you later, man.
Yeah, I've only had one sale today, but it's Saturday, so I don't have to do anything with it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. I have some stuff, but I'm just kind of focusing on getting some work done rather than dilly-dallying with that stuff.
Yeah, I had 2 of them I brought to the post office. I'm about to pull out into the street and I can see the postman coming. So I just gave it to them.
I try and take everything down to our post office. We have a really small post office,
Yeah.
and they said their numbers have really gone up since I've gone full time.
All right.
And so I like to take them down there. I could give them to my post person, and she's really good, but she would drive way up my long driveway and pick up every day. But I like to take them down to the little post office.
Yeah.
Okay, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, that's when I saw who it was. I could see from the far distant. It was that girl, my normal girl that comes in here. I kind of waited because I knew she not the type to not to throw it away or something like that. I mean, you got some people that just throw it in the back and don't scan it.
Mm-hmm.
Work on this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait on this one because I think I need to open it up and check the bulb and stuff to make sure that's gonna work. So
Do you guys ever get dirty looks at the post office when you've got a ton of packages? You got a big old bag full of packages. Like I had 17 packages yesterday, and I'm standing in line waiting to get my packages scanned, and I'm getting dirty looks from the people behind me. And I'm thinking, you know what, bitches, this is already done. All they have to do is scan them.
Yeah.
Don't give me dirty looks. People are mean. It hurts your feelings. I got my feelings hurt really bad yesterday.
Yeah, I have a couple postmen that are even they'll complain if I don't come in with the whole like little list where they can just easily scan it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know how to do that list, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust that list.
I don't mess with the list unless I have like 20 orders or something like that.
Well, they know I'm going to bring a lot on Thursdays. I didn't take it in Thursday this time. I took it in Friday, but they know that I'm going to be in on Thursdays with a lot because my auctions are Wednesday night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you sell smalls too, so like they really shouldn't complain that much. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're.
I had 2 large packages yesterday.
You had what?
I had 2 large packages yesterday.
Okay.
But I mean, not like extraordinarily large. Not like when I sent out those 20 longer burger baskets in the 5 foot tall. You know.
I don't know why this isn't taking it. Bigger plug. I'm trying to test this thing like a Apple router.
Oh.
I should have a fatter plug here somewhere.
So if you have an Apple router, does it take the same plug as an Apple iPhone?
I don't think.
Okay, now Anthony, see how my curls are different now?
Yeah.
Than they were at first?
Mm-hmm.
They're falling. So now if Ashley curls her hair, you can be like, oh, babe, your curls are falling so nicely. And she'll be like, what are you talking about? Oh, you know that chick that comes into our chats every once in a while? She's our woman source.
She does it every once in a while. She doesn't do it too often.
My hair is getting really damaged. I try not to do it. Hey, check this out. Check this out. How do I look?
You look good.
Do you see this?
I don't know. Let me make you big. Oh, is that a camera?
Yep.
That's awesome.
We've had these for like 3 years and we couldn't find them. We got them to videotape like Belle doing things, you know, when we're outside and stuff. We don't have to hold a, you know, like when we're pushing her, we don't have to hold the camera and push her. This would record. Yeah. And then we misplaced them and we couldn't find them. And then Tom just found them. And I'm like, I could have been using these during all my Goodwill hauls and stuff when I was doing Goodwill. But the only thing is, it's not eye level. It's above your eyes.
Yeah.
The camera is above your eyes, so you got to like keep your head down.
One of the channels that I've learned pretty much everything I know about refurbishing video games from, he does a lot of like yard sale and flea market, like game hunting and stuff like that. And he uses a similar thing.
You like my glasses, Glenn?
I just caught a little bit of them.
They're videotape glasses.
And get back on there again and look at. Oh, those are video glasses?
Yeah, see the thing?
Okay, in the middle, okay.
Pardon the eyebrows not being plucked there. You men don't know how women suffer. Women suffer for beauty. You should.
Some dudes might, but I don't know.
What?
I said, I guess some dudes might, but you know, I really wouldn't know.
Some guys manscape.
What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you here. working on some Sega Genesis consoles and doing a little bit of a work in Hangout.
Is that Justin from Oregon or Justin?
RVA Flips.
RVA.
Okay. I don't have my chat up, so. Hey, Justin.
Clay's going to be here in about a half an hour, so I'll be jumping off here in a little bit. And then we're taking off. We've got a 2-hour drive to the wedding.
Yeah. Where's the wedding at?
Brighton, Michigan.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I remember that.
This repop cart actually fits even worse in a Model 2 than it does in the Model 1. And it fires right up. Loving this. I'm going to have so many Segas to sell now.
Do they sell that well, really?
I mean, some people struggle selling them, but like I know a good bit of people that are into retro games. So like a lot of the systems I sell are local or at auction. Like almost every time I was on Derek's auction, I would sell like a Sega Genesis, or because I'll normally bring several systems every time I go to auction.
We got Snobby in here from the UK. He's in here.
Hey, Snobby, good to see you, buddy. You're welcome to join if you want, Snobby. I'll drop a link.
Yeah, it's not super late. It's only like 6 o'clock over there now.
All right, cool. So that's another well-working system.
Fat Girl Sewing, I do that too. If there's a great big long line, I'll just give them my bag, and then they'll scan all my items when they're not busy, and they'll put the receipt in my P.O. box. In my bag, they'll fold my bag up really nice and put it in my P.O. box.
Yeah, I typically do that too. But there's some post office that I've been to though that they don't really have like a policy as far as just bringing stuff up and dropping it off at the counter.
Well, this is a small post office.
Very
small. There's 2 people that work there, and on their one day off during the week, there's 1 person that works. So I mean, it's a very small post office.
Yeah, sometimes we can drop stuff up. I only done it once because I had like 8 people in front of me, and I had an appointment I was going to be late for. If I would have waited for those 8 people, so she said, throw me that big dumpster over there, so I did that. Instead of waiting for a receipt.
I haven't had a Sega that hasn't worked yet. The biggest problem I had was I needed to open one up to remove a dime.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah. And I bought all of these as, untested for parts. So it was just one of those things where, like, I know that I have a basic understanding of, fixing the old stuff. So, like, I kind of, like, really lucked out here. Because none of these came with a couple power supplies, like, not enough for all of them. And none of them had the cables to hook it up to the TV. So I had to order some cables, but other than that, like, these work pretty good. This one's having a little bit of a problem. I think just because it's not sitting flat. Try something up here. I'm like setting them on my blade. That will work there. I'll just set this one aside. I'll open it up and clean it out because I don't want to send something to somebody unless it fires up first time all the time. That's like my policy, you know what I mean? And I like to, I really like the aspect of doing these in a working Hangout. That way I have proof that everything worked first time every time.
Not that it's going to matter.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I could be like, well, eBay or whatever platform, watch this video. Here's a link. But
That won't matter, though.
Yeah, just don't mention that what you paid for it. And you say, hey, go back to video, 32 day such and such, and you can see me test your item live.
Yeah, you know what? I have suggested that because some higher dollar items, I videotape me packaging them and everything, and they won't watch a video.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
one issue I've had in the past was I bought, what the heck were they? I think they were beard grooming kits. I got them for 50 cents at Walmart on clearance, and one of them I forgot to pull a sticker off of. And the person gets a hold of me. They're like, "This says you paid 50 cents at Walmart for this." And I just responded like, "Well, yeah, this is how me and my wife make a living. We go through, we buy stuff cheap, and we resell it online for more money." You know, and the way I explained it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I totally understand that. Like, this is your job. You know what I mean? You're not just some dude trying to rip people off on the internet. This is like what you do for a living." And I just told him like, "Look, man, I buy stuff in bulk. That's how I get these cheap prices." And he was totally cool with that. I was like, you know, it's like a wholesale type thing. Yeah, so this one fires the first time. So I just got that one that I need to pull apart now.
Yeah, the only way I leave a price tag on something if it's a vintage price tag, you know, something like TG&Y or Kmart, I'll leave it on there. I'll even put it in the photo. You know, it's like it might say $6.99 and I'm selling it for $27.
Right. I
Like
do
that.
that too.
And for me, it was just more or less an accident. Like,
Yeah, you forget. Yeah, I mean, you hear stories of that all the time.
Sega, why would you want to work? Is it my fault or is it your fault, Sega?
Well, it's never your fault, Anthony.
All right, I'm gonna set him right here for now.
Oh, excuse me. I'm not looking forward to this 2-hour drive. I'll get to spend some time with my son, so that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
I texted him the other day. I said, you know, the nice thing about birthdays and Mother's Day, because he texted me, "Happy birthday, Mom." I'm like, it's October 2nd. My birthday isn't until the middle of the month. He goes, "I know it's the 16th, but I wanted to tell you before I forgot."
I was going to say Facebook failed me if your birthday had already passed.
No, not yet. And I said the good thing about birthdays and Mother's Day is those are the 2 days I know I can see you throughout the year. So I know I'll see you twice a year.
Yeah. I'm getting lucky this year. I get to go for 3 days worth of birthday. Like tomorrow's my birthday, but today, Lee's best friend and her husband are taking me out to Ray Azteca for dinner, which is like an awesome Mexican restaurant. So we're going to go out to dinner tonight. And then tomorrow, Ash has to work on my birthday. So she's going to celebrate my birthday on Monday. So
happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and my mom's going to, her and my nephews, they're going to go to church with me. And then we're going to go get the free Grand Slam at Denny's. Then I'm going to watch a Steeler game. Then I have some friends coming over for the WWE pay-per-view. And, you know, so that'll be nice. And then Monday, me and Ash will just kind of have like our own little birthday celebration for me. So looking forward to it.
I guess it's Alex the Fat Man Flipper's birthday tomorrow too.
Nice. You see, it's the birthday of everybody who's fat and has swagger.
Now, if that were true, it would be the 16th.
Well, maybe it's October then. It's the birth month.
Yeah, maybe it's the month. All Libras. All Libras.
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jameson Closet. I appreciate that as well.
I would sing to you, but I just don't feel like it.
That's fine. I don't expect it.
Did you think that you would ever hear me say that?
You don't feel like it?
I don't feel like singing.
Well, I'm not Anamora, so I mean, I don't rank that high.
It's not that Anamora ranks that high. It's just she'll call me on the phone.
I called you on the phone.
I know, but she'll call me on the phone and say, "Why didn't you sing my name?"
Oh, gotcha.
She called me on the phone during an auction one time and was like, "Can you tell so-and-so and so-and-so I said hi to them in the chat and they didn't say hi back?" I'm like, "Woman, you need to get a life. I mean, I love you dearly, but..." My curls are falling nicely. Now let's see if they hold until 4. Because that's when the wedding is at 4.
Yeah, I totally nerded up and bought all 6 of the Power Ranger pops for myself for my birthday.
Good for you.
I already had a couple of them. Like I bought one off of Dustin over at RVA Flips. I bought one off of Lonnie Garage Flips.
Do you know what Tom and I do for birthdays? It's dinner and a movie. Do you know what we do for anniversaries? It's dinner and a movie in the zoo. We do for any celebration is dinner and a movie, dinner and a movie, dinner and a movie. And it's actually lunch and a movie. Lunch and a movie. We both have those AMC VIP things where we pay $20 a month and then we can see as many movies as we want.
Hey, thanks, Moronic Best. I appreciate that. Have a good day, Jameson. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I think on Monday I'll probably just have Ash take me to go see that Joker movie that just came out.
Oh, I saw it yesterday.
Good?
Don't say nothing. Spoiler alert.
Good. It's good.
Okay, good.
Except I had a medical attack at the last 10 minutes of the movie.
You did?
Yeah, just something that I deal with.
Okay.
Not a big deal. Just a bunch of really bad cramping and stuff. And so I left the theater and I was down against the wall, kind of like hunched against the wall, bent over, trying to do my Lamaze breathing, right? Like I'm in labor.
Yeah.
And because I have a lot of uterine cramping.
Okay.
And my husband comes down. He stands there with me, and I'm like, I'm going to leave the theater. And so he left the theater with me and missed the whole end of the movie until my cramping ended. And then because sometimes I have to have uterine biopsies done.
Okay.
But and then by the time we got back into the movie theater, it was over. That's how much Hip Flippin' Daddy loves me, is that he missed the end of the movie so he could be with me.
It's a good man right there.
Yes, he is a good man.
You got a winner.
I want to see that movie, Ford and Ferrari.
What's it called?
It's called Ford versus Ferrari or something like that. Ford and Ferrari.
Oh, I think yes. Yes. Where Ford's trying to make a faster car than Ferrari.
Yeah.
I saw a preview for that. Hi, Michelle.
I know NASCAR man is probably waiting for it to come out.
What's up, Michelle? Good to see you. Hey there, Ariello. Did I say that right? I like to try to make sure I say everybody's name right.
Arellano.
Glad to have you here.
I think it's Arellano.
Arellano.
So, Anthony, I'm down to 24. I just need 24 now.
Nice. Hey, if anybody's in here that hasn't subscribed to Kelly, Hip Flippin' Mama, she needs 24 subscribers. It looks like we have 18 live with us right now. If you would, please go subscribe to her. Kelly, if you could say something in chat, just so anybody who hasn't can go and sub to you.
24 from what, 1,000 or 500 or?
From 1,000.
1,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ariello is from Canada. That's awesome. Which part? Is it the French-speaking part or the English-speaking part?
Ooh, good question, Anthony.
Yeah, I like Canada. Me and Ash have been there several times.
I've been to Canada one time when I was a kid, and I got lobster, and I put ketchup on it. When I was a kid, I'd never had lobster before. I thought you put ketchup on everything.
I mean, from what I understand, like I've been to Regina, Saskatchewan. Okay, I probably said that wrong too. That's cool. What's that near? Like, I mean, I probably should. I don't know Canada that well, admittedly, but like I've been to by Winnipeg. Okay, that makes sense then. Gotcha.
We were just over the border.
Yeah, I've never been to Canada.
What are the UP? It's the same thing, Glenn. Except you have to pay for health care in the UP.
Right.
They talk the same.
Yeah, Canada's cool.
I've been to Germany and all that and that part of the world, but over there, but not anywhere else. Both times overseas, I've been over that Germany area or Austria.
I've been on the eastern part of Canada several times. Like I've been to Ontario, want to say St. John area. Where the heck was? I'm trying to think. I went on a cruise there too, and we hit a few different ones. Yeah, that's right. We're friends now. Absolutely. Yeah. If anybody wants to go and sub to Ariello too, feel free to. Yeah.
Sub to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, for sure. We need to get Kelly up to that 1K club though.
That would be nice.
You can like have a seat right next to Glenn up there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get. That's my goal. Like I've been trying to hit it hard. I want to get to 1K by the time we go to Disney in December, because I want to be able to live stream at the parks.
that'd be nice.
So I've been like hitting it hard, trying to like kind of promote the crap out of myself. I just, hey, what's up, Tracy? Good to see you.
What up, Trace?
You're welcome if you want to come and work with us. If not, you're welcome to just kind of chill there in the chat or whatever you're doing.
Well, Anthony, where are you at now as far as?
I'm somewhere in the 700s.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I've been getting a good bit.
Right.
Yeah, yes. Where's the ministry channel at?
That's like 52, I think. Yeah, I want to get the ministry channel. Ariella wants to know if you can type in there, Kelly.
Yeah, type in. What do you want me to type in?
Whatever you want. Yeah, so I want to get the ministry channel to 100 so we can move the Bible study over there and maybe even expand on what we do with that. And eventually, I think this channel might just be a pre-recorded channel with like sporadic lives. And then I might do like a live version channel as well. That way I can go live more often.
I love that. My vision for your channel, Anthony. Can I share it?
I might even steal some of it or borrow.
My vision for your channel. Your channel. Oh, thanks, Moronic. I appreciate that, baby. My vision is that we do Bible. My photo taking things are attacking me. That we do Bible study on your ministry channel on Tuesdays, right. And then we do Bible study on an evening segment for people that work until 5. Maybe do it at 7 or 6:30 or something. For people who can't attend during the day because they work. And no, thank you, Arellano. I think I have it now.
Michelle, we right now currently on this channel, we're doing Bible study every Tuesday at 2 p.m.
It's on my channel this week, though.
Yes.
Bible study will be on my channel this week because Anthony will be popping in and out, possibly. And oh, Tracy, we're at the exact same number. Go subscribe to Tracy and help.
Yeah, let's get Tracy to that 1K too. I didn't realize you were that close, Tracy.
Yeah, she's real close. I think maybe 20, maybe. I know she was like 30 last week. Well, I'm on.
This is Tracy right here, guys. Uniquely.
She says we're at the same number.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get you up there.
Don't get up there before me, Tracy, because then I'll be jealous.
You guys both there at the same time.
I'm kidding. Get up there right now, girl. Get up there right now. Get up there.
Glenn, didn't you get the 1K like the same time as Pat D's?
Yeah, we did it the same day. I think I went first and he finished second toward the end of the day. But a couple of other guys kind of did, I think, hit flipping Mama and she was on the tail end of the deal, but it was like a couple of people did it early in the morning. Then like Craig did one like around 10 o'clock, you know. So I got about 30 or 40 people, you know, with those 4 different people, you know, promoting me.
It is at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
Not Central, Michelle. It's 2 p.m. Eastern.
And
I want to do the Tuesday on Anthony's channel and then do a night version on Anthony's channel. And then I want Anthony to do a sermon once a week. A live sermon once a week. Okay. And that'll just be like church 3 nights a week. And that is awesome, because if you've never seen Anthony minister, go to his ministry channel. Did you drop the link like I asked you to, Anthony?
No, I'm going to.
Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm trying to get to YouTube real quick.
You can go to his channel and watch him minister. He's got videos on there of him ministering. Okay. But don't fall in love too much. He's already married.
And I may or may not change the name of this channel. This other channel is one that I really hadn't done anything except for store sermons on in the past. So
I like the name of it, Cylinder Ministries.
yeah, it's just basically my last name and
Right.
ministry. So there's the link right here for my ministry channel. If you guys want to help me get that to 100 subs, that way we can move all the Bible studies and stuff over to that channel and expand upon it. And this one will be strictly just, reselling, related and stuff like that.
Yes, let's get that to 100, guys, because that would help Mama out too.
Yep.
Because I really think to put it all in one spot instead of it be my channel this week, Anthony's channel, it'll be all on one. And if for some reason Anthony can't be there or whatever, I'll just sign in to that account or whatever, and yeah,
that'll make it easier.
Yeah, because then everybody goes to the same channel every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Anthony, if you ever do like Proverbs, that would be kind of cool. Like take a Proverbs and relate it to like reselling. There's a lot of stuff like about weights and measurements, and you read that one little 5 little words or 10 words, and it's like, damn, it's like a slap in the face as far as what it relates to in reselling. How you shouldn't, mess with people, or
yeah,
it speaks to you big time. There's a lot of those little things in there, how to treat people and all that, as far as when it comes to reselling or what you pay for it, and don't be high-fiving everybody like, hey, I screwed that person out of $1,000 and bought it for 25 cents. And just like there's little word phrases in there in Proverbs that kind of say that in a certain term.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't celebrate it. You say, yeah, I did. Sold bought it for 25 and sold it for 1,000, but don't gloat on it or celebrate it
Yeah, I've never actually even thought of that till now. So thanks for the suggestion. That's
And I thought about it 4 months ago. Because I was reading and I said, hey, this would be a good little deal. That's after you started your little Bible thing. So this would be good if you do it, That way, you might grab in your resellers to put, into the show every once in a while. And what's he going to say this week,
Yeah.
Or maybe do it like the end of the show. And today's, proverb deal is this and this, and it's how it relates to reselling our everyday life,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's weird though, because I've never actually been around so many resellers as I am now, just from joining and being a part of this community through YouTube. So it's that'd definitely be applicable to
the reason that we haven't jumped around to do different things, Glenn, is just because I'm learning the Bible.
Right.
Lord's always been part of my life, but I'm learning the Bible, and so he wanted me to start with John. So that's why we're doing John chapters 1 through all of them.
Yeah, we just finished
the last chapter this week, Kelly.
Yeah, I know.
But it'd take you a million years to learn how the Bible works, So
yeah.
All you can do is read it and try to, interpret the way it should be. Because, like I said, the best people in the world can figure it out.
The video, guys. If you guys want to check out his video, at some point.
Who's that?
Snobby, scrap picker over in England. He just dropped a video. Yeah, I just got the notification.
Anthony, you're Irish, aren't you?
No, actually, I'm Italian mostly, and then I'm a little bit of Welsh, and that's kind of what came out in me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a mixture of a couple other things because I don't really know my dad's family all that well, just briefly. But my mom's family is 100% Italian, pretty much all of them, and my dad is, from what I understand, 75% Italian. So
I thought I was described as snobby, Well, he's 679 now or 678, so some reason I thought I was already on his channel. So, yeah, 2 minutes ago. Well, it's at a racetrack or something. I can't tell by looking at the picture.
Ooh, I only need 21 now. Woohoo!
There you go. You're getting closer.
I know if I go to this wedding and I walk around from table to table, I'll be there by the end of the night.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Put a little note on you instead of, kick me on the back, say, subscribe to my YouTube
We'll
channel.
pay $1 for a follow. I'll give you $1 for a follow.
$1 for a follow. let me check again just to make sure I'm subbed to you on the ministry channel. I'm pretty sure I am, though.
That's like the third time you've said that, Anthony.
I know, but sometimes I forget to go check.
I'll get to the wedding and I'll get up there on the mic, go doing, doing, doing. Attention, please. I'd like to make a toast to my nephew Ethan. I remember you as a little boy always playing with superheroes. Could everyone take out your phone, please? Hello, YouTube? Yes, thank you. I'll be back to speech in just a moment.
I'm subbed to you on that channel too, Kelly.
Oh, thank you, Anthony.
Yep.
Type in hip flipping mama. My husband would walk out of the room.
You know a good way to go about doing that wouldn't be tacky? Just be like, hey, you know what? I love you, and I wanted to help make this day special for you.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm going to be filming different aspects of your wedding, and I'm going to just upload it to my YouTube channel, Hip Flippin' Mama. And anybody your day, your special day, and joining it, just go over there and subscribe to the channel, and you'll see it when it goes live.
Anthony, that's backhanded.
Kelly says you should offer a dance for every follow.
Thank you, Michelle. You should have seen my hair when I first came on. Michelle complimented me on my hair. It was all ringlets. And I was kind of like starting to play with it a little bit. And I said, I have to wait for my hair to fall. And the guys were looking at me like, what are you talking about? For your hair to fall. They didn't know what I meant. I have to wait for my curls to fall. They didn't know what I meant. Thank you. My curls have fallen now.
Anybody wants to come in and hang out with us, feel free. Drop the link again.
Man, Anthony, remember how I said I had to get a new speaker?
Yeah.
I ordered this speaker. It lights up on the top. It's called Meet UO. It's so powerful. It's just a little tiny little speaker. It's just one speaker. And it's so powerful. I love it. Better than that great big dinosaur I've been using that I got 15 years ago.
Hey, Candace. Good to see you. Glad you're here.
Candace?
So 2 days in a row I got to see you. That's awesome.
Ooh, how you doing, Kathy?
Other Candace.
Hey, thanks, Ariella. I appreciate that.
I'll call you and sing to you tomorrow.
You're going to do, oh, okay.
I'll sing you happy birthday tomorrow on your birthday.
Sounds good to me.
It'll be such a treat for you.
Look at this. I should send this to Lonnie. It's a Commodore 64 controller. He's all about the Commodore.
Hard to get a hold of those.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure this is one of the things I bought down when I was with Derek. I probably got this at either the bins or one of those little shops he took me to.
Oh, dudes, my son's here. I'm gonna bolt.
Right. Sounds good. I hope you
Bye,
have
everybody. I'll drop you two men for my son anytime. I love you both, though, very much. But I see you guys more than I see him, so.
Touche. Well.
Oh, Michelle, you want to see the speaker again? Hang on, I don't know if I can. Let me move my speaker over or my camera over. The only thing I don't like about it is the volume plug is down halfway down the cord, and that makes it inconvenient. The volume, where the volume part is. But other than that, it's a nice little speaker. If you don't mess with the volume on the speaker, you don't have to worry about it. But all right, guys. I love you. Happy birthday, Anthony. Bye, Glenn.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Love you. Thank
Hey,
you
guys.
for the subs.
Yep. If you haven't already,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say go sub to you.
Oh.
Yeah, go sub to her. Great channel, guys.
If I hit that 1K today, I'll send you a text message.
Yeah, please do. That'd be awesome.
Attention, please. Attention, please. Clink, clink. If you've ever loved me, family. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Alrighty. See you.
Love
guys.
you.
Love you too. Alrighty, so now it's just basically you guys watching me mess around with video game parts and pieces. I'm going to pull apart that one Sega Genesis that didn't fire up on its first try. It still works, but I figured I'd move on to some other stuff just so I have some easy listings and I could lot some stuff together for Monday. I will probably put together a Sega Genesis lot, sell off a system, some games, and stuff like that. So if one of you guys want one of the Segas that I just tested, come to my channel 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday when we do our auction. I'll be auctioning off stuff. Tommy the Bargain Effects auctioning off stuff, and Rebecca Cruder, the damn Flit and Cruders, she'll be auctioning off some stuff too. This little controller. What is this thing too? 500 XJ EPYX by Conix. That's weird. It's got like a Nintendo style adapter on it, so that's really weird. I wonder if that. Oh, okay, it has the AB, so maybe this is like a. That's really cool. It's like a arcade style joystick with 2 little buttons. I'm guessing this might be like an aftermarket thing for the NES because it's set up with the A and B buttons. Anybody know about these things? Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to see some people are subscribing to some other people in the chat. Ariellano, my bad. I'm going to learn your name and I'm going to get good at it too. So I apologize. When things are new, I sometimes have a little bit of a learning curve. Nice thing is some of these, a lot of this stuff I'm looking through right now, I bought at a flea market in Seekonk, Massachusetts when I was with NASCAR Man. Some of these, it looks like somebody's done the testing for me. Like you'll see it says good on it. And this one says no good. So and it actually gives me a date when it was tested, which these were just tested in May. Those need clean though. They're like disgustingly nasty. So the no good's going to go in a part thing. I have a ton of just random controllers, which is nice because I've been saving the little battery backs off of these that I've been pulling out of the bins for a while. And I just got a bunch of controllers here that I can actually put those battery backs with. So now I have complete controllers, which is really nice. This is really old here. This is Super Nintendo Super Scope sensor. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna start by cleaning some of this stuff.
Oh, Anthony, do you got like bins where you live at, or?
Yeah, we have several bins here in Pittsburgh.
Can I know if there's anything there different versus when you went to visit Derek, you know, as far as the type of sourcing?
The sourcing was really good, actually, out by Derek. I was surprised with how good it was. But I would say where it is with Derek is stuff is more spread out, like throughout like multiple states, where it's like here. Like it's just like a metropolitan city, so there's stuff everywhere.
Well, he's in Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, and Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island's like south of Baton Rouge.
There was a good bit of stuff to be found out there.
Yeah, I think they have stuff totally different. When I went to like the Nashville, they have the bins and all that, and down here in South Louisiana, you don't have bins.
Yeah.
But they got a place called Give Me Five, and a couple other different places. If I lived in within 2 hours, a place like that, I might be there every other week. Or it might be once a week.
Yeah.
The bins, I did pretty good in the bins for that 1 hour we were there. I found some new stuff, and so if you hit it really hard, you can probably find some good stuff.
Awesome, Tracy. That'd be great. Yeah, you can pick my brain, whatever you want to say. Okay, yeah, Michelle, hit me up. As far as whatever you need for Nintendos or whatnot, and if I have them, I'll hook you up. And if I don't, I'll find the cheapest possible solutions for you, and I'll send you links.
Yeah, I got a bunch of games. I need to try to get on one of Dwayne's auctions and get rid of them that way instead of just kind of selling myself. I don't know nothing about them.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got some sealed ones. They like kind of accessory games.
Yeah.
And they're actually sealed. I guess I don't know they're repops, whatever, but resealed and got the little header card and all that on them.
Okay, this is interesting here. I just got a Nintendo satellite transmitter and receiver. So that's interesting. It's for the NES. So this is like 1980s technology.
So I never played. The only video game I had when the Atari first came out, I had whatever the game that came with it, the little airplane, and that blackjack. And that's all I ever got.
Uh-huh.
My mom, even back then, in the 80s, you're talking about late 70s? Yeah, late 70s. Those games were still $25 and $30 a pop back then.
Yeah.
The game was like, $99 probably, or $89. But like I said, a lot of people, that's what happened. A lot of people already bought them, but they didn't buy their kids any games because they were too damn expensive.
Yeah. So this, if anybody ever sees these, if you're like out at the bins or whatever, all these are battery covers for controllers. So many Xbox 360 controllers you find now are missing this. Like, for example, here's a red one. I picked up this controller in Massachusetts when I was with Derek, and I just happened to have the red back and a white back just sitting here down in my shop, and I picked up both controllers while I was down there, so now I have two complete controllers.
See, that's something you would find in the bins. Those little covers. I guarantee you. That's the type of things you got to look for.
Yep. See, complete controller now.
Because you could probably box. I'm not sure what would an individual one sell for by itself.
What's that? Controllers?
Those little covers.
Honestly, I haven't even really looked because I'm so used to just finding them randomly in bins or whatever. Because I go to the bins I try to go once a week during this part of the year at least.
That might. I'm assuming that, like I said, it might not be worthwhile selling one, but I'll collect. The person that refurbishes them might buy say 10 if you sold them 10 at a time.
I'll look at them right now.
10 of them would still be first class. I'm assuming. Have you ever found any in bins before?
Yeah.
So like I said, okay, I'm not wrong. I'm just guessing, But like I said, I never remember seeing any loose at garage sales before. Not saying they were,
Yeah.
I was at a sale this morning. Like I said, you heard what about the other thing? It was a huge box. Probably 20 by 20 by 20 tall, and he just had stuff in there. And he said, "Give me $1 for the whole box." I saw the staple lay on top, so I'll give you 25 cents for this. And he said, "You can have it." Well, I want that game over there, so I said, "Okay." But I could have brought that whole box here and just went through it real quick and dumped it in the garbage can. But that's still a lot of work, Yeah,
there's not a huge market for these by himself. Like, for example, they have two different kinds. They have ones that are that you can slide AA batteries into, and then they have the rechargeable ones. For example, the ones I have here are the rechargeables. You can get two aftermarkets in pretty much any color for like $6.99.
Right.
So they're not super expensive to recoup, but
that'd be something you would throw in a lot. Then your little box and say spare covers, and when it gets like whether it's 5 or 10 or however the best way to sell it is, and if you can make a couple bucks and it don't cost you a nickel to get that cover from the bins.
Exactly, and I mean, really, the controllers are only worth like $15 anyway. So to have to put out like $6 to get two of them, you're eating profit. But what I do is I find stuff like that, and then my wife, like, she likes designer purses. I take her dust covers and I just stuff it full of different parts and pieces like that, and then I just leave it down here in my basement. And then whenever I find stuff that need part and pieces, I know, like, okay, well, that's in the Michael Kors one, that one's in the Coach one, that's in the Dooney and Burke or whatever, you know what I mean? And I just, I just go and pull pieces out and kind of collect them as I go. Especially for video game stuff, I always need video game parts because I buy pretty much anytime I find video games at a cheap price. I buy them even if I know I don't need them or whatnot, because I know that I'll be able to make a lot or complete a system at some point.
Or if you buy like just the main system and don't have the controllers, and you have the controllers laying around, then you can, like I say, bundle them together.
Yeah, and I always buy controllers, like if I'm at the bins or if I'm at a flea market. If I'm for example, like flea markets this past year, I picked up so many GameCube controllers for $1 to $2, and you can turn around and sell those for $25 all day if they're like the original Nintendo ones. A lot of people undervalue controllers, and there's good money in them. Like Lonnie all day long will break apart a Wii system, and he'll sell just the system itself for like $25, $35, depending on which model it is, what's on it or whatnot. Controllers for $15 to $20 a piece. So there's good money in these type of things.
Yeah. Probably more controllers get broken because of people getting PO'd because they lost something and all that, and they throw it and slam it down. And it's like, oops, I need to buy another one.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm actually going to list these two controllers right now because they're complete.
Right.
And the 360 controllers were actually pretty durable. So I'm going to put those on eBay. So we got a special guest with us. Hey, Tracy.
Hi.
Hello, Tracy.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Doing good. Did you go yard selling today?
I didn't. No, I've basically I slept in because this is like my literal only opportunity to sleep in. So I slept in today, and then I figured I would just mess around with video game stuff, get stuff ready for an auction I'm doing on Monday, and just to list for Q4.
Cool. Well, I wanted to pick your brain because, like always, I went to yards. Well, I don't yard sell a whole lot this past summer. It's been kind of hit and miss for me with yard sales.
Yeah.
But I went this morning and I get blocked. Like I get a mental block when I come across video games and video consoles.
Yeah.
It's just what I do. Like I don't know them. I've never been a video game player. I understand the passion that people have towards it, but I'm not that person, right?
Yeah.
So you can look up these things and see if they go for money, but then there's such a diverse pricing on these things, right? Because maybe some have issues, or it seems like you almost have to open up every listing that's sold to see why it was sold for that price. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it just depends on what the item is, because there can be issues, especially if it's used, if it's an older item, even the newer items. For example, say you sold like a Nintendo Wii U. Does it have games downloaded on it? Because like the Wii and the Wii U had a virtual console where you can go and get games from any generation of Nintendo and download them directly to the console. Mm-hmm. And I know those type of systems will go for more. There's some systems that people may have modded to where they can just like download every type of game to them. And modded systems typically go for more too.
Well, how do you know this? I mean,
typically when you test the system, you can kind of go through and see if there's anything installed on it. For example, I have
video game consoles without testing. That's really what I would like to know. Yeah. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah.
For me, I don't mind it just because I like video games.
Right.
But it's like for me, like if I have clothing, like it's a pain in the butt for me to like get them looking real nice and hang them up, and you know, like. But I'm sure it's the exact same for you with like video games. Like I just kind of want to throw this stuff up and make sure it works.
Okay, so because I keep trying to force myself into that market, and I walked past so many things today, and I picked up a couple just because they were $1 of video games.
Yeah. And
I figured at $1, I can risk so much more, you know, than $5. You know, the same yard sale had a stack that were $5 each. So I didn't even look them up because I'm too rushed to look everything up sometimes, right? Because I got a late start today, and the video games consoles I just walk by because I don't know what people. I don't even know what's good. I think a Wii you probably need to spend less than $5 is my guess, right?
For me, if I'm going to buy a Wii, if it's complete, like it has all of its parts to hook it to the TV, to plug it into the wall, it has a controller, like I'll spend up to $15 on it.
Really?
Yeah, and if it comes with games or something, maybe a little bit more. But the reason for that is I can flip one controller for $15, and then basically the system and whatever else is there is basically just gravy on top. Okay. That's the way I look at it. Like, is there like one item I can sell to like recoup my money and then kind of have profit on the side?
Okay, because for me, that's just a risk I guess I'm not willing to take because I won't test it. And I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't feel comfortable, and it sucks. Like,
well, if you want, anytime you have an issue like that, just shoot me a message, and I'll answer you like right away. As long as I can.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to be at a yard sale and snap a picture and go yes or no, and just to get my feet wet because I just end up walking like. But I also saw ridiculous packages of everything, like I think it was a Wii console and everything you can imagine for $150. And I go, well, I'm not going to risk that. It might be a stupid deal. And it might be a great deal because it was probably 80 pieces of stuff, but I'm not going to spend that kind of money. But I'll get these for $1.
Every Mario game known to man.
Right. Yeah. As long as it's got Mario in it, it's good usually. You take a chance. But like Anthony might pass by that, what you were saying, $150. Hey, that's a killer deal. But like me, pass by it. If it has $15 and don't even know how to test it, I know to buy it. Because that many pieces is worth it. But not like $150. I might say, well, maybe if I knew about it, something like that.
Yeah, like last weekend I saw a Wii system for $30.
Right.
And I instantly knew I wasn't willing to risk $30. And
that's even pushing it for me. 30, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and then
I know what it is, but I don't have the knowledge that feel comfortable. But if it's $2, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And just throw it to the side. I can test it.
And then there's like all these PlayStations. I don't know what PlayStation is good and bad.
1, 2, G4, and stuff like that.
The PlayStation 1 for me is the hardest one to sell as a console. Okay. Some of the games sell really well still.
Really?
Because like a lot of like PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 3, every model can play PlayStation 1 games. Some models can play 1, 2, and 3. It just depends on which PlayStation 3 model they have. PlayStation 2 sells really well right now. Like that's the generation that the kids that are growing up that want to buy their old systems are like of that age right now. It'd be like the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox is okay, not as great as the PlayStation 2 is.
Like when you say okay, what would be a general basic price range for a PlayStation 2 or an Xbox?
I try to stay $10, $15 depending on what's in there.
Okay.
If I can get it cheaper, I always try to get it as cheap as I can.
Like so pretty much if I can get a console of almost any variety for $10 or $15, that's decent.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like I'm pretty sure that these PlayStation 3s don't work. Like there's something missing right here. I'm gonna just list it for parts for like $15 or $20.
Okay.
Plus shipping. So I've done the same with like Xbox 360s. $15-$20 for parts plus shipping. You know,
And I think that's another thing. I don't know what's missing. I don't know what's supposed to be there. I don't care to research that part, you know.
Essentially, every system's going to have the console itself, a controller, and then it'll have a cable that plugs into the wall and a cable that plugs into the TV.
Okay, so you pretty much need it to have all those things. And
to be a complete system that somebody can plug and play right away, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't have something that goes into the TV, something that goes into the wall, and a controller, then you know it's not complete, and you shouldn't be paying whatever, you know, top dollar is.
Because you know how people look at it at a yard sale. They're like, I remember spending $100 or $200 on this system, so I want $50 to $75. You know, I see that a lot of really high-priced systems at yard sales. So it just throws me off. It really does. I don't know.
One thing I always say whenever people are selling stuff, and if I notice there's no controllers, if I notice there's no power supply, if there's no cord that goes to the TV, first thing I say is, does this thing work?
Yeah.
And then they'll say, well, yeah, last I checked it did, or something like that. And it's like, well, I mean, you don't really have the correct pieces for me to test it and get it to work. You know, and then I always mention, well, you know, I'm going to have to order this, I'm going to have to order that. And, you know, like, I'm not like trying to be like rude about it or anything, but I'm just like letting them know, like, hey, there's some problems with what I see right here. So would you consider taking, you know, X amount rather than what you're asking?
Right. So it's basically like anything, you know, you just ask, do you have the part for this? If they say no, they instantly know they've already have to downgrade the price for that item.
And
then if they say yes, then you have the part. You don't have to spend $6 to replace it, or however long it's going to take to order it from China.
Yeah.
And then if they kick out, you know, hey, it sells for eBay for this, you know, $50, and said, you know, so but does it work? And he said, I don't know, but I said, I can be in my pajamas at 11 o'clock at night and send a return. So can I knock on your door at 11 o'clock at night and get my money back? You know, if it don't work.
I do that a lot with other items, though, for sure, and it works because I hate seeing that eBay sticker on there or whatever.
But it helps sometimes too, because you can tell them, hey, this didn't sell. You know, show me a sold one. You know, and you can pull it up and say, yeah, it sold for $10. You know,
right?
You know, like a lot of them don't realize that. You know.
Yeah.
I played it one time. Somebody had a bunch of dishes. And I said, you know, went to Souls and all that and said, will you take this for it? And they said, sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever really have a comfort level with any of that, which is okay. I mean, you don't have to sell everything that's out there. It's just hard for me. I feel stupid because I see them so often.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm leaving money. And right now, I'm just not finding great stuff. So if I could at least find that, and I don't know.
I mean, even if you want to do this, like, because I know you probably feel like you're leaving money on the table. If you find something and you're just not comfortable buying it, hit me up, and then I might like buy it through you. You know what I mean? You can just flip it to me real quick.
Okay.
I mean, I'll PayPal you the money for it and let you make a little bit of money off of it. I mean, I don't know if that's even worth your time or not, but
I like helping. If people are on the hunt for something, I always like to know what they're looking for because I do that to people. I have people that know what I'm looking for.
Yeah. So if you ever find any empty gun boxes, I'm interested in those.
Gun boxes?
Like, you know, like when you buy a gun, now they come in plastic, you know, like hard plastic. But the old ones from like the 70s, 60s, and 50s more so, you know, are all cardboard. Those are the ones that get good money.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, really good money, like thousands.
Wow. That's awesome. I had no idea.
And you usually get them cheap.
Yeah.
Especially if they all know what they have.
Yeah.
And like I said, when you buy like a gun back then, you know, usually it's wrapped in wax paper, you know, like a wax type paper, and you know, it might have the name of it on there. Then it might have a few little like screwdriver tools and little brushes sometimes. And it has some instructions and all that. And certain other, you have everything, and if it's meant, you know, that say $600 box with all that stuff in there, it might be $1,700 or $1,800 because you have all the different little pieces, the original paper in there, or the, you know, the little tools. You know,
is it because most people just threw away the box?
Some people just throw them away, probably thinking it's trash. You know, I kind of reached out to this. I mean, I saw one of them, the Hales. They had a box, and you just threw it to the side. I'm going, ugh, man.
Oh.
But I couldn't see
I
exactly.
would have
what
never
it was,
thought that, Glenn.
but,
I would
certain ones, I got to be careful. I don't want the state people, trolling the channels and saying, "Oh man, I sold that box for how much?" And he sold it for what?
Wow.
One person knows. Dwayne did an after show, and it was only like 3 of us in there. So I had said, "Hey, Dwayne, get on my website, whatever, on the channel, and check this out." And his mouth dropped, and he didn't realize. I said, "That's me that sold that box." And like I said,
Wow.
and I paid like $10 for it. So the state people saw that.
See, there's a bolo, everyone. Like I would have walked past stuff like that because I would have looked for the nice case that the person buys separate to put that gun in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But even some of the plastic ones, sell for $20 and $30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that with like a lot of, like, for example, video game system boxes. I'll sell those separately. I sell any kind of Apple product box separately.
Right.
You can get good money for like MacBook boxes, iPhone boxes, iPad, Apple Watches.
Yeah, I've got my MacBook box somewhere around here. I was going to list it for the hell of it.
Take the trash too. If you go to a garage sale,
pretty easily.
if you go to a garage sale, a lot of time they throwing stuff out front, whether it's an empty Star Wars box or something. They'll also be throwing stuff away while they're doing the garage sale. And I was at a garage sale, and they had a big, it was about, I don't know, a little bit bigger than a shoebox wide, maybe a little bit bigger in this box here.
Mhm.
All that, but it was a Star Wars land speeder or whatever. And I said, "Where's the part at? I don't see the toy." I said, "Oops," So I'm walking away, and he's walking to the garbage can to the street, throwing it in there. Hey, I said, and I hollered at him and said, "Hey, I'll take that."
Yeah.
I just threw it on my shelf. You might sell one day for $10 and just lay it flat and put it in between two pieces of cardboard and send it. I see a collector would want that,
Yeah. That's interesting. Good to know.
But have you ever scanned? I know for your phone you can scan stuff and pretty much get your price. But I bought this last week. Scan this here.
Mm-hmm.
It pulled up like $62. If a person had a phone, if I held it still, they probably can read it.
Mm-hmm.
And all that. But it did it on this phone actually. It said $62 and all that. And it looked expensive. That's why I kind of scanned it.
Yeah.
And all that, some weird coffee pot, and I open it up and it's still sealed. So when I do it by hand, it pulls up like $9.95 free ship or $19.95 free ship. When I saw the $62, for $2, and I offered it, I gave her $1 for it, So, when I saw the two, I said, "We take $1 for it?" Sure. But it's made in like Portugal. But I've seen that name on there. And I said, "Well, that looks kind of expensive." But like I said, when I scanned it with the phone, but if you put it by hand, sometimes it pulls up something totally different for some reason. I don't know why it does that.
So do you take the stickers off of your games that are maybe from, a resale shop like GameStop?
It just depends. If it's an older game, no. Because, if it's an older sticker, I should say no. But if it's like a newer sticker and it's something I could easily take off, with like a heat gun or some goo gone or whatever, then I will.
Okay.
I just think it makes it look a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because stuff in my personal collection, I typically take all that stuff off just so it looks like cleaner and neater.
Okay.
But it just depends. You know what I mean? Some people are finicky with the way that they like their stuff, especially in video games, because I know some people that'll rebuy the same stuff just to upgrade condition. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, this box looks nicer. This disc has a few like scratches on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you got collectors that might buy your stuff, Anthony, because your box looks better than their box.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy that kid up in Illinois, I can't remember his name. He was 15 when I first started watching him, but
Hey, Matt.
about 18 now. But if he sees stuff that looks better boxes, he'll buy it and switch it out with his collection.
Yeah.
He's a big time gamer, as far as collections. Hey, BK.
How's it going? I got my son Logan with me. He's got a football game, so we just have a few minutes.
Like you said,
Good luck, Logan.
ready to go.
Linebacker?
I wish. I used to be.
What is it? What is that? 55 you got?
Yeah,
Yeah.
55.
Okay.
He plays defensive line and offense. He's our center,
Okay.
and then he plays defensive line. So
Nice.
It's the first game of the year for us, so he's pretty excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
You get a sack today?
What's that?
I was asking him if he's going to get a sack today.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, he hopes so.
Nice. We're going to have the whole YouTube community rooting for you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Making some good money on them honor boxes?
Sort of.
Yeah, he had in his box. We collected it yesterday after a month. They had
Like $20.
yeah, almost $20 in it,
Thanks.
and he just had to. He didn't even go with me to collect it, so he didn't have to put forth any work for
I
that
was
at all.
babysitting.
Easy money, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
but I think we're going to have over $100 collected yesterday, so that's pretty good.
Nice. Awesome.
Did you guys do any yard selling today?
I didn't. I took the opportunity to sleep in because I don't really have many days I can sleep in. So I slept in a little bit today, and then after that, I just decided to come down here and start working on some. I know how to fix like older gaming systems.
Yeah.
So I was just going through testing and seeing if I needed to fix any these SEGA Genesises I have. I have like 8 of them left.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I bought like 10 to 12 of them. I can't remember how many. This is the only one that needs a little bit of work. It works, but I probably just need to clean it out and, make sure all of the stuff is working properly inside. The other ones worked first time. Like you hit the button, pops on, works perfect. So
Yeah, I used to do that with the old Nintendo, like switch out the 72 pin, and all that.
Mhm.
I used to do that, but haven't done too much of that lately.
yeah, that's kind of like how I pride myself. If I sell an older system, because a lot of the people I sell to like know me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while I'll sell it on eBay, but it moves a lot quicker if I sell it to people that I know. And I typically, whenever I work on them, I've been doing it in a working Hangout, so people can see that it works. They can see that it fires up or whatnot. So, once they see that, they're like, "Oh yeah, I definitely want that one," rather than get one that I don't know if it's going to work right or whatever. One that's at least been worked on and made to fire up right away.
So Logan, you can see like Tracy back here has all those blue bags. She's nice and organized.
No, I'm not.
Anthony's got like all these bags right here to the right of left of Anthony.
Look at my mess, Logan. It's everywhere.
Plushes and stuff. So
yeah,
Gwynn's nice and organized.
You want to see how organized I really am, though?
So much.
That's what my whole office looks like.
Even behind me, I'm like trapped in here right now. So yeah, everybody on the screen sees like all the stuff that's like nice and neatly packed on the shelves, and like the stuff I'm working on literally is just scattered all around me.
Yeah, Logan can attest. I've got mess all over the place. So
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, BK? What part?
I'm in Arizona.
Oh, way out there.
Yeah.
That's where the Posh Fest is at.
What are you?
I want to do Poshmark, but
So did you hear Posh? Did you hear Poshmark's gonna get international shipping going?
Nice. I actually just started back up with Posh this week. I had 2 sales on there last night.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I get very little sales there, but I'm not really trying very hard. I've listed some home goods though this month, but not really clothes because I haven't picked up a lot of clothes.
Yeah, my eBay is dragging butt this week. Between Posh and Mercari, like those other platforms have basically carried me through the week this week.
Yeah, I hear that a lot about Mercari. I'm getting ready to start up if I actually follow through with one of them.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
And it's super nice to be able to cross post somewhere. Like I'm sure you already do that with Posh or whatnot, but what I do is like my wife likes to drive a lot. So most of the time we go places, I just let her drive. And I'll sit in the passenger seat and I'll cross post the whole time we're driving somewhere.
Yeah.
Good idea.
It's all you do is just screenshot your already listed stuff, and then you can just copy and paste all the information right over. Like I can cross post something in less than a minute.
So Logan, Anthony is in Pittsburgh. Tracy is in Texas. Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn, are you in Tennessee?
No, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana.
Yeah, that's where I go.
Yeah. So scattered all over.
What part of Arizona are you in?
We're in a suburb of Phoenix. It's called Queen Creek. So we're like the southeast end of Phoenix area.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My sister-in-law is in. I can't remember if it's Chandler or Mesa.
Yeah, Chandler's just to the west of us, and then Mesa's northwest.
I think it's.
I grew up in Mesa.
It's really nice. I like it there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I would like to visit Arizona sometime. I've never been that far west. I've been a little bit to like the middle of the states, but like other than that, like I've never been like to the western coast. When I used to wrestle, I was constantly traveling all over the East Coast. But
oh yeah, Logan Anthony is a former professional wrestler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like a few years ago, man, you could be seeing me in spandex.
If only we would have known you, right?
Yeah, you really missed out on a treat there.
Well, is any of your stuff on YouTube or anything? I know, like Jason Static, you can pull him up on YouTube.
Yeah, you basically if you just Google Tony Hansen, Hansen, and then typically NWA because that was the main. Well, actually, like the biggest territory I wrestled with. Like, because NWA is a pretty decent name as far as wrestling goes. It used to be a lot bigger back in the day, like when Ric Flair and Dusty.
Yeah, I remember NWA.
But they're still going today. You know what I mean? Like they've never gone anywhere. Just their bigger territories have been bought out by, larger companies such as like WCW. Like Vince McMahon bought out a lot of their territories back in the day too. Whenever he was expanding WWE or WWF at that time.
Well, it's no different than the Major League Baseball team having all these little satellite teams. That's why I guess they put them that way. They see somebody they like, maybe in the second wrestling. Hey, you're going to make it one day. So you keep doing it and all that. In 6 months, you'll be on the big time,
Yeah. But yeah, they still have little territories all over the country and some around the world too. I always wanted to. One of my like wrestling bucket lists was to go to Japan and wrestle. I never ended up making it over there, which sucks. Now my wife wants to go to Japan because there's like a Disney something or other over there, and I was like, okay, you didn't want to go whenever I could have like went and like wrestled like Japanese legends, but now you want to go now. There's something Disney over there.
Yeah. I always wanted to go there too, but when I was a model, I was too tall to model in Japan.
Oh, really? Are they?
Which I've never heard that anywhere. Huh?
How tall are you, Tracy?
6 foot. I might have shrunk. I might be 5'7". We don't know. I don't measure myself.
So you have to be like a certain like.
That was a bonus everywhere in the world except for Japan.
Is it because the people were shorter there, or
I guess like they really wanted you to be 5'9".
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So weird, but Japan is on my bucket list for sure.
That is cool, though. You know what I mean? Not many people can say that they were like, professional model. That's awesome.
Yeah, Tracy's a former professional model.
It's not like it's anything that amazing, honestly. But traveling was nice. That was the fun part, and just the experience was nice.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Okay, so for example, can I just show you this stupid game? Now I realize stupid. I got it for $1, and I decided to risk it because this price tag. I know you can't really read it, but it says $54.99 used.
Yeah.
Right? So I figured, okay, if it's sold for $59.99 used at some point, maybe it has value today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it really doesn't.
Well,
it really doesn't.
That was probably right after it was like a new release.
Okay.
So GameStop stickers are very misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just thought, I'll risk it and try again, but I shouldn't.
I mean, you'll still make money though.
It's the same with this one. This one sucks too. Excuse my language, Logan, but that's not good. And
But only for $1, you should still be able to make money on them.
Yeah.
That's not good.
You bought them together.
You bundle them together,
Yeah.
This one's sealed, so I thought, well, I could risk it because it's sealed, and maybe somebody has the game and I don't know, but like I literally am finding $3 comps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of those. What I would do is I would just I would lot the same system games together, that you can, at least.
Okay, because I have some other pickles that I've had in the box forever.
Yeah.
So, can you make me smaller, Anthony?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I look like hell. I haven't showered yet. I really need to be in the shower right now.
You can try to sell those games locally. You might be able to get a couple more dollars for them than you would on eBay.
You think? That's a hassle.
It is, but
I don't like people coming to my house.
I usually will do like porch pickup for stuff like that, but then I just get tired of people. Maybe I'll just lot them all together and try to get rid of them locally, like everything I have.
My smalls, I got where I'm at right now is at work, so I don't mind them coming here. Basically it's a retail store, for motorcycle parts. So I'm selling whether it's a barbecue kit, my big stuff. But right now I'm selling some of my furniture in my apartment because I got some other furniture somebody can give me. So like my couch and my bed and certain things. That's a nightmare. 1,000 questions, and I'll be there after 6 o'clock. I'm coming. No, they don't show.
yeah.
So I just instead of playing kind of favorites, I'll be there. I'm just putting everybody first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Whoever's there at 6:30 gets it.
That's what I do too.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah.
It's too much. Otherwise, they've gotten worse and worse. Unless it's just some kind of crazy desirable item,
Like I said, right now I got a little nightstand. While this show is going on, somebody wants. That's small enough for me to pick up and put back behind and see my truck and bring down here. And just say, hey, pick it up at my work anytime, between 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock this next week versus, on my off time, which is almost impossible,
All right, guys, we got to run.
Okay, man. Good luck in the game, man.
Hey, guys, I appreciate it. Good luck.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Okay,
Good
man.
luck, Logan. Bye, Matt.
We'll see
Thank
you.
I think it's more light in here.
God, I can't believe how fast time is going. It's almost Halloween already.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Like I've got like Halloween tarot cards and stuff I don't even have listed.
Yeah, I have a lot of like Halloween stuff that I still need to list. I have stuff that I've been selling off at the flea market over the summer that I need to go dig out of my van and list. Like I have a few different like masks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff sells big time, like the little witches that like cordboard with all the little swinging legs and arms. Somebody showed one like on that Bolo show. It got over close to $100 or $80.
Wow.
Something from the 70s.
Well, I'm pretty sure I got these from an actual witch. I'm convinced at this point it was like the witch is dead, but the person that was selling the stuff, like there was all kinds of Wiccan books, and I really should have just grabbed them all, but there's so much damage on a lot of things.
So I'd be scared about something like that.
Well, there was a book. I go, this is cool, but I can't bring this into my house. It scares me.
My house would burn down,
I know. I was like,
going through the stuff is, hey, we saw this book, that's the only thing that burned,
Yeah.
Burn it, take it away.
I know. I just went with my instinct on everything there, like I can't.
No, that's like Ouija boards. That's not coming. I'm not touching one of those.
Really, I don't mind Ouija boards. I just see them as a game, really. But the actual books, like with spells and shit, I'm like, no.
I know some people say that's not going to come into my house. It goes like straight to the garbage can.
Yeah, I don't mess with none of that stuff. Like my cousin bought my nephew's a Ouija board, and I was like, yeah, dude, throw that away. Like my one nephew, man, he looks up to me real like a whole lot. So I basically said, man, I was like, Tino, you take that, just go throw it in the trash. Yeah. And then next time his dad was looking for it, he's like, Bubbles told me to throw that in the trash because my nephews call me Bubbles. Mm-hmm. It's a long story, but yeah, it's just cool. You know what I mean? Seeing little dude look up and kind of do those things.
Yeah.
But one thing I can tell you about video games too is like the controllers. Like I just listed them, for example. Like the red one, that's like not the common color.
Yeah.
Is worth $5 more than the white one, which is like the most common.
Okay, I heard like the iridescent, like greens and blues are good too, right?
I was about to say the ones that are kind of like almost glass or clear plastic and blue and green.
Okay.
And all that.
Oh wow.
Even the shells agreeing with. Yes, throw it away. That away.
See, these tarot cards are $20 to $25 plus shipping, and they're new. So I kind of, that's not bad. I should just.
If I see them out of garage, so I won't buy them. But there's a person called what Thrift Raider. She buys that type of stuff, that Halloween stuff and all that. She's big into that. And she has a YouTube channel.
Sorry, guys. Forgot to turn my TV off. I had a dancing Cinderella in the background. It was distracting me. For those of you who haven't seen, I have a pink Disney Princesses TV that I use to test video games on. That Nintendo thing. Here it is. Yeah, this thing's cool. I'm gonna comp this thing next. It's like a from I think 1989. It's a Nintendo satellite transmitter and receiver. Next comps.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to stay on. I need to take my son driving so he can get
Not a problem.
his
I
driver's
appreciate you
license.
hopping on for a little bit though.
Yeah, thanks for your help. I will definitely reach out to you. Oh, hey, Destiny.
Hey, Des. Yeah, anything that you ever need video game wise or anything that you think I might know, just reach out. I'm more than happy to help.
Thank
You
you.
get a driver's license
I hate bugging people. It's like it's something. I'm the same way. If somebody needs a question answered, I want you to reach out. But I also, at the same time, have a hard time asking for help and bothering people.
If it's somebody that I consider a friend, like we don't know each other very well, but I would consider you to be a friend, so I don't consider it bugging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the
Just
same.
remember your time zone difference. Like
Yeah,
7 o'clock
right.
yourself.
True.
If it's the other way, like Anthony calling you, like, so it's 7 o'clock, and you're like, oh no, it's like 4 o'clock there in the morning. I've done that before.
Yeah, I'd rather you call me late in the evening than early in the morning. Unless it's yard sale day, then it's okay.
Yeah, I got from work. I called somebody in Hawaii. Well, my mom called somebody here when the people that work here called Hawaii, and it was oops, it's like a 5 hour difference. And they said, no problem, I'm up this time of morning anyway.
Wow.
It was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. All right, bye guys. Bye everyone in chat.
I'll see you. Bye.
Guys, if you haven't, please go and subscribe to Tracy. She's like within 20 subs of hitting 1,000.
Right.
So I would really like to, see her get there. I think that'd be awesome. So that'd be cool. Destiny, you're welcome. If you're not busy, you can always jump in and hang out for a while. But I'm sure you're probably doing whatever Tommy had to do, so no stress either way. But I think you would know that you don't ever need an invite to come on.
LSU football score.
So this might be complete. LSU playing already?
Yeah, they played an 11 o'clock game.
Okay.
That's why they didn't have so many garage sales today. Now, in a couple of weeks, when they play Alabama, that's or they usually have a bye week. And our neighborhood will have the garage sale in that weekend when they're not playing any teams. But well, we don't play Alabama. We play Alabama over there, so it doesn't really affect.
Yeah.
Some, because everybody wants to be in front of their TV. I think it's probably going to be a nighttime game. If I had to bet, that's going to be prime time. Alabama and LSU. LSU should be undefeated when they get there. Hopefully,
Yeah.
They'll be 5-0 at the end of the day. Today.
So being an LSU fan, what did you think of Jamarcus Russell?
I'm not what you call a fan. I just watch the game. If it's on TV, and I'm curious. Like I said, I'll talking to my phone because I don't have a TV to keep on here. I got the radio on a little bit. I don't want it too loud because I don't want it, music start playing and you get, slammed.
I mean, it's not a big deal, man. Like I don't mind.
Well, they will cut you, monetize, take you down, whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
And all that.
Hey, Destiny, that's cool that you're working on printing stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen the shirt Tommy was wearing when we first went live. That was the Bargain Effect shirt that he made like for his channel, but they made that with their own printing stuff. They just started a merch business where you can basically order shirts, cups. You can even get like a car wrap, like all kinds of different stuff. I know myself personally, me and Ashley have placed an order with Tommy and Destiny because Ashley likes to have like matching shirts and stuff when we go to Disney. She's like a big nerd about it, but they're even making custom shirts for us to go to Disney with, like one for each park. So if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, get a hold of Destiny, get a hold of Tommy, either one of them, and you can get some really cool stuff. I know Tommy, I've already told him that I want to place an order for Picksburgh merch shirts, you know what I mean? So that I can get some stuff for the YouTube channel to kind of help promote it, you know, that kind of stuff. So if anybody's even looking for that, you know what I mean? If you have a YouTube channel, you're looking for merch, they'll beat pretty much any of these prices you see online. And they have some really cool strategies in how to do that. I don't really want to talk too much into it because I don't want to like put my foot in my mouth and say something that I shouldn't or give the wrong information, but definitely reach out to Destiny or Tommy if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, and they will be able to give you the info.
Yeah, I want to come out with do some like swamp picker shirts for myself, maybe, or something. So, like I said, but
Yeah.
So I just need to figure out how to make a design and all that.
Well, the nice thing too is I don't believe that they're going to have any kind of you have to buy X amount of shirts to order from them.
Right.
It'll be more of like a, you know, ready to print type thing. Like say you just want one for you and your wife.
Yeah.
They would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want one for myself, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of how I am with the Picksburgh shirt. Like I'd probably get one for me, one for my wife, one for my mom, maybe some for my nephews because they're like, they think I'm like some kind of like huge YouTuber or something like that. They walk around telling everybody that their uncle's famous because he's a YouTube channel. It's like, dude, like no one knows who I am. I've been recognized like only one time, like ever from YouTube.
Well, I've been recognized, let me see, once, twice, 3 times, I think, so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I met one guy today, and when I saw him, I recognized who it was. I said, "You're the Lego guy," you know. I said, "Today I'm looking for used tools, but I don't remember his name." I guess a couple months ago, and he said, "Hey, you know, I know you watched a lot of Lonnie stuff." He said, "Hey, you swamp picker?" And I said, "Yep." You know, like Thrift Raider, I met her, and a couple others maybe. So about 3 or 4 have been recognized, but it took over a year to get recognized or more.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But you got some of these guys have been on doing it for like a couple of months, and they're getting recognized fairly quick because, like, but they're putting stuff out like once a week. You know, where I was doing like once every month. You know, when I first started, 1 video a month.
I guess it just depends on, you know, how quickly you grow too. You know, like some people like they get on, and next thing you know, they're like over 1,000 overnight, or you know,
look at Ryan and his wife. You know,
Ryan and Pam.
Yeah, they only like 4 months or something like that, maybe, or I'm not sure how long. Maybe.
I think they started in February because I started at the very end of January, and I think they started shortly after me, and they've completely blown past me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's that just goes to show their content. You know what I mean? Like, they produce really good content. They produce 7 days a week. You know, and
I guess all depends what you have. I just do haul videos basically. You know.
Yeah.
I wanted to do one last week. I just, I usually try to do something down here after work. I got to come down here and do a little bit of work on Sundays.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, I was too tired last week, so I didn't do it because I don't want to look like I'm falling asleep doing the video.
Yeah. Speaking of Brian and Pam, I think they just passed 10K, which is super awesome because they're like one of my favorite channels, and they're super down to earth too, which I think is another reason people really like them, is just because they're relatable.
Yeah, when you get like a husband-wife team that works together, look at Steve and Steph. They were doing this like selling stuff at the meeting people for selling like blenders and all that, and all of a sudden they got in dumpster diving and they skyrocketed after doing that.
Yeah,
they've done a delivery video, over in a year, and it's all dumpster diving now.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk Ashley into doing the dumpster diving video. She
No.
said as long as it's a clean dumpster, she would consider
Right.
it. Because there's a lot of dumpsters. I just
Still go
can't.
prepared. You can still go prepared. Even a clean dumpster, you need to wear long sleeve shirts and gloves.
Yep.
And bring your little steps to it. That way, if you have to climb into it, you got a long grabber,
Yeah, I need to get one of those. I don't have one.
Like that
The only dumpsters I'll mess with are the ones that are short that I can kind of
Right.
bend over and reach into,
Right.
or the ones that have like the side opening. There's this one at this plaza near my house that has like the short dumpsters out back, and I found some good stuff there. Like I found they threw away lighting,
Right.
and like it was those like long fluorescent bulbs.
Yeah.
They used I think only 2 lights out of the pack, and I still made $50 off of the open pack.
Right.
And then like they threw away a lot of like different signage from the store, and there's always people that collect different types of signage. So I've made just trickled money from here and there from it, but I've probably made just out of that one dumpster score probably about $300 so far, and I still have a decent amount of signage left.
Right. But if you take like a real long stick, like like a broom handle, and some of them unscrew. I use it, save that, at like my apartment. And I'll put a piece of duct tape on it. If I see something in the dumpster, could only have one of these grabbers, could like 6 foot, I could just tap it, and that duct tape will stick to it, and you just pull it out.
That's a really good idea, because I actually have some stuff like that I can grab before I leave the house.
Right.
So that's a good idea.
My apartment, a lot of time they'll have a place called Burger Smith. It's like high-end coupons.
Mm-hmm.
$1 off. It's like buy one burger, which costs like $7, get one free. Buy a burger, get a free drink and fries, which is like $6 a foot. And people just get it and throw them away, and they don't realize, it's like 3 coupons, buy one, and get it free or something like that. But it's like 3 different coupons. It's like $15.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not talking about McDonald's. So when I get one, I open the trash. As soon as I get one, I'm looking in the trash to see if anybody threw it away. I see 3 or 4 of them there. If I can reach it, I'll grab it. Sometimes if it's nasty looking, I might even touch it. But if it's clean, one was like way down there, so I took a stick and put that duct tape, and boom, that's $15. Free food.
For sure. Yeah, I know a lady who goes to all of the post offices in the area.
Right.
And that's what she does, is she'll go and pull out all of the different.
You got to do it inside. A lot of times, you can't go out there outside dumpster, but they're inside dumpster. All the trash can, you just open it up because people get their mail and look at all the junk and just chunk it.
Yep. Yeah. That's what she does. She'll go inside, because I see her all the time whenever I go drop off my eBay orders. She'll be pulling all of the paperwork out. And literally, that's all that's in those garbage cans, is just paperwork. Because they're not the ones that like the employees use. The employees use the ones behind the counter.
Right.
Literally, it's just paperwork that people throw away.
Especially if you know what days that certain coupons are out, because especially if you got a deal, so I need to go look in that trash can because there's probably 30 of them in there.
Yeah.
And what you get a lot of times do, I've done before. I had some buy one get one frees.
Yeah.
I see cops, whatever, or sheriff. Hey, next time you and your buddy are patrolling this area, go in there and get your free burger.
Yeah, for sure.
You looked at that and said, wow, thanks. Or I was actually eating that one, and they were sitting down, walk up to them, I had a couple of them in my pocket, and I handed it to them,
Yep.
And all that, like buy one, get one free type deal,
Yeah.
And this coffee is probably about 4 years old, about 4 hours old. I got this at a church sale. It's still drinkable. It's still good. It tastes good.
Nice. Yeah, I got a huge score down in Seekonk, Massachusetts when I was with Derek. A lot of the video game stuff I'm testing and listing right now, I paid a guy $20 for everything video game related he had. He didn't know if any of it worked. And I was able to pull multiple systems out of there, different pieces. Like I'm listing a receiver to a Super Scope. A Nintendo satellite thing I just listed was in there. These controllers I had were in there. But like $20, and I ended up leaving his booth with maybe like 4 boxes full of video gaming stuff. And I'm going to make probably, by the time everything's said and done, at least $500 off of it.
Well, one time biggest thing is shipping. 'Cause, I mean, I might see a lot of stuff, so I'd sell it to Anthony. But like then a good deal, I'd make you a good deal. But then the shipping part comes in play, and it's man, I'm not going to make any money with that shipping. Could weigh so much or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only way I was able to get a lot of this stuff back from Derek's was using cubic shipping with the, basically like $8 for box in a bag type thing. But it gets tricky too. I mean, especially if the ROI is not huge. Like, luckily, a lot of the stuff I bought down there was really high ROI.
Yeah.
Because I knew for a fact I was going to be spending at least $100 shipping stuff home.
Right. So you didn't you didn't fly down there. You drove? Did you drive or what?
I flew.
Okay.
I was going to drive, but as a birthday present, early birthday present, my mom bought me a air here.
That's right.
So I flew, and I brought a couple things of luggage that I could bring back.
Right.
You could carry two items on the plane. So I carried on 2 items, and then basically my carry-ons were my clothes and like the stuff that I brought. Like I brought my computer, my what else did I bring? I had a CPAP because I sleep with CPAP. So basically that was my carry-on stuff. Right. And then I could bring on 2 50-pound bags for them to stow. So
cool.
I brought back 50 pounds, or actually 100 pounds worth of inventory that way. Shipped the rest of it, and then the carry-on bags I stuffed as much as I could in there too.
And if you're allowed 2 bags, what you do is you bring like 1 suitcase and double it up for another suitcase that can fit inside. So when you're going over there, you got that 1 suitcase, and you're coming back, you take them apart and stuff it in there with stuff, or it might be just a roll-up bag. I mean, you can some of those like nice gear bags that roll up. Yeah. The canvas, and you just like I said, and then unroll it, put 50 to 100, 50 pounds in there. Just kind of what you got to give an idea what it weighs. Cause I know it can't be 51 pounds. It has to be 50 pounds, I think.
Yeah, and that's essentially what I did. Was I had the roller suitcases.
Right.
On the way down, I just had a suitcase inside of a suitcase.
Right.
And then I actually ended up bringing the suitcase inside of the suitcase on the plane with me because it was it weighed a little bit less and it could fit stowed. And then I bought this in the bins when I was down there. This is one of those Army knapsacks.
Right. Yeah.
And I had this very top full of stuff, and I sent this through as a stowed bag.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit bigger, so I figured that would be the way to go. And I had my other larger roller one that I stowed too.
Yeah, but you can find those at like garage sales or thrift store, for a few bucks. That's what I did when I went to Germany. I had a big suitcase, so heck, I'm going to Germany at the end of the year for $3. That it was a nice roller bag, so that all worked perfect.
At the bins here in Pittsburgh, you can get stuff like that super cheap. Like they have a whole bunch of them at the one. It's like the pop-up bins over in Monroeville, where you can get any of those for $1.99 just because they want to get rid of them. Same with like the tubs like that I have up here. You can get all those for $1.99. Any boxes and stuff you can just take for free.
Right. If you want like a serious roller bag, it's Ogigo, OGDIO. Those are the best roller bags in the world.
Is that OGO?
Yeah, OGO, yeah. I think it's actually pronounced IGO. It's kind of weird when it's 10 ways to pronounce it, but I've actually been to their factory in Utah before. Like they're more of a extreme sports company.
Yeah.
They make stuff for everybody.
Talked about them before over at RVA Flips.
Yeah.
Could be wrong though.
Yeah, but I was in there. They got like one of those BMX foam pits, and they're in one of the little small warehouses. That was like a big downhill ramp inside there. I was thought about doing it. I said, man, I can't do that. But there were a couple of guys just getting on the bicycles and jumping into it, and then some guys were doing backflips into it and all that.
Oh wow!
Then the other warehouse, they had like a bike race, little 50-cycle gasoline engine race that I got into. I didn't have a helmet, so I had to borrow somebody's helmet. And we were having like heat races and all that. You went up like the ramp onto the where they load the big 18-wheelers.
Yeah,
plywood going up and down, and around the steps. They had like a homemade little concrete course you rode on.
That's cool. wonder what this thing is. Guessing this is for the NES, little turbo blaster thing.
Oh, cool.
I'm guessing this is to play like those arcade style games where you don't have that. You don't have to keep smashing the controllers.
Right.
Just kind of hit it down and it'll keep going. I think I might send this thing to Lonnie. I don't know if he would want it or not. This Commodore controller.
So how many people we have in here now? Oh, I can't tell. 17. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Pay attention. Tommy's back. What's up, man?
What's happening?
Dude, show off that
Sure,
shirt.
man.
Talk a little bit about your business.
Oh, my TV first print that Destiny did.
Okay, cool.
It looks pretty sharp. Destiny's going to join us too here in a little bit
Oh, cool.
and show you hers. Hers actually came out really awesome.
Yeah, you sent me pictures of it last night.
So what's that stand for? Is it TBO you got on there or what?
TBE.
Okay.
The bargain
effect.
Okay.
product
And I got my
specialist.
product relocation specialist. The website. And then on the sleeve, as seen on YouTube.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. They're actually fun to do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I got all my supplies ordered.
Yeah, I was sharing with them that we are ordering some shirts off of you guys for Disney, which is super cool. Like, we can just get anything, you guys can get anything you want custom from him. Like I said, I'm going to order some Picksburgh shirts from him, just to kind of help promote the YouTube channel and stuff.
Yep. And we're trying to make it as affordable as possible for people, where it's not going to empty their pocketbook if they want a couple of shirts or hats or coffee mugs or something. We want to make it reasonable and still make a couple of dollars, obviously.
Yeah.
Basically, we wanted to print our own merch.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to rake people over to Kohl's, just anything that kind of helps replace the cost of the equipment we invested in a little bit at a time. And
yeah. For sure.
And we are going with that. I mean, you can definitely get it on brand new clothing or shirts or whatever, but like this shirt here is a shirt that we picked up at the bins. I mean, the tag doesn't have where it's got the printed tag by Fruit of the Loom or whatever.
Yeah.
You would never know that it's a pre-owned shirt. But we're only going with the pre-owns that are like in mint condition.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
And that helps bring down costs to us, which we can pass on to help people save on money.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as it's a nice shirt, doesn't smell or look ratty, I have no problem with, receiving a pre-owned shirt. I mean, I buy stuff from the Goodwill all the time, you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's a little bit harder just because of size.
Oh, tell me about it, man. We found one really nice shirt, your size, a black t-shirt. But, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Just can't find them. And then we even went to like Walmart, and I says, okay, I'm going to see what like a Gildan shirt or something, Walmart, I couldn't find anything bigger than 3X.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's where they stopped. And then we go online, there's these bulk t-shirt deals. And it's like, we can buy some t-shirts in bulk, and they're advertising them at, $1.98 a shirt or $2.98 a shirt. And we're like, that's cool. But that goes up to extra large.
Yeah.
And then you start jumping into double X, triple, 4X. A 4X shirt that for $1.98 I can get in a large, the same exact shirt, but in a 4X is 8 something.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, I understand there's a little bit more material, but there's not that damn much more material to charge 3 times a shirt.
Yeah, that's what sucks about being like a large person is it's more expensive to get clothes and it's harder to find good clothes. Like, you know, like for example, like if I wanted to go to Old Navy, I couldn't fit anything in the entire store. Not saying that I'm like the type of person who wears Old Navy. Nothing against people that do, but literally I can't fit anything in the entire store. You know, and there's a lot of stores that are like that. You know, for larger people, it's hard to find clothing that'll fit.
Yeah, and that's probably why, like, when, you know, with our clothing that we sell online, we switched over to doing plus size clothing.
Yeah,
and it sells really, really quick, and it's probably because it's so hard to find. Or you go to the big and tall store, and then they charge you an arm wide.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a nice market for plus size clothing.
So you guys been getting a lot accomplished?
Yeah, we do pretty good. The nice thing is all of the Genesis are ready to sell except for this one. This one works. It's just not working to the standards that I have to sell it. So I'm going to open that up and fix it. But I figured rather than doing that, I would start working on some stuff that I can actually get listed into eBay. And most of the stuff I've been pulling out, I pulled out a controller that was $15, one that was $20, and then I pulled out a $23 NES adapter, and now I just listed a $30 turbo adapter. So it's like all of these things. I paid $20 for like 4 boxes full of stuff, and it's like I'm making a killing on them so far. Like, granted, I haven't made anything on them yet, but you know, once like the stuff sells, like at least like what it's worth. I should say what it's selling for on eBay was just like such a smoking good deal.
Cool. So you think you know what's wrong with that other SEGA?
Oh yeah, it probably just needs cleaned out. It's probably the pins. So I'll take it apart. I'll clean it up. It should be fine.
Cool.
And then the only other issue I had was that one that had a dime in it. So I just had to take it apart and pull the dime out.
Cool deal. I didn't even realize I don't have a sale going on.
Yeah, I just started at 10% yesterday, and it really hasn't done anything. Like if it wasn't for Mercari and Poshmark now, I started Poshmark again this week. I had 2 sales on Poshmark yesterday. And it was on stale inventory, which is always nice.
Yeah, the CEO was talking about it. They expand into other items if possible. He didn't say what, but in the future there'll be even more items they're going to expand to that you can sell on Poshmark.
Yeah. Right now I'm just moving some clothing over there, but I'll probably put more stuff over there as time goes on. Why is my computer not charging? There we go. Charge. There we go. Yeah, that was weird. My computer jumped up with a notification like plug in or it will die, and it's like, well, sitting at a station where it's plugged in. I must have pulled it out when I was messing with the SEGA stuff.
How many people you guys got in here? 18?
18 right now. If anybody else wants to join, feel free.
You see Tommy's Bernard's cleaning tip? what he does.
Yeah, I do that as well, Tommy. I actually take it a step further. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about this too, but I'll take the entire system apart. I'll even clean like the computer boards, like all the contacts, everything, and that works too. I actually have all this stuff for NES too. Like these are like all of the like old school cleaning stuff. All of these little things here too, just for the pins. I have an entire bag full of that kind of stuff for different systems. I don't use these too often. Normally, I just pull the thing apart. But I have that in case I ever want to use it. Like that's for like I guess the average person. It doesn't like actually do any of that other stuff. You want to, Tommy? You're free to jump in, man. You don't really need an invite anytime, but you're always welcome. Goes for anybody else in the chat. Like these hangouts are kind of just open to anybody that wants to pop in and hang out with us.
Now, when you become big time, you can say send $19.95 to my PayPal.
Yep.
Moronic Pest says, I wonder how many sellers still crop photos for eBay like I'm doing right now. I try not to. I try to get when I take the picture to get it in there, but a lot of times I still end up shaving a little bit off the edges to fulfill the picture.
The weird thing is, like, eBay is my primary platform, but I literally will just throw stuff up just to get it up as soon as possible. I don't do any cropping on eBay, but whenever I go to cross-post it and I have to screenshot it, then I'll crop it down for, like, Safari and Poshmark.
I'm probably the most fussy out of the whole listing process. I'm the most fussy with my pictures because I believe that's the first thing they see. Then they read the title,
Yeah, I was actually just considering yesterday because I was ordering some supplies for Amazon. Basically, Nate sent me some links of stuff he thought would be good for me to buy up front since we're going to be getting started on that here soon. And as I was going through building stuff in my cart, I was considering picking up some more lighting for my pictures because I think I get decent lighting down here with the lights I have now, but I would like to have like one more light to go like right at the item. You know what I mean? Like kind of something like Lonnie has with those LED lights that he has that are on like a little tripod. So I'm thinking about buying one of those too, just to get a little bit better picture quality. Because these lights do a good job. It's just like I feel like I need one more to like. But then again, I don't know if I'm overthinking it too much or I don't know.
Like I say, all I use is that the shop lights from Walmart. The shop light itself is $13, and then with the daylight bulbs, and I think those are $7.99 for the 2 bulbs. So for less than $20, man, I get my pictures, what you see of that I have, and I'm shooting them with my old Galaxy S6 phone.
Yeah.
I do have the lights on the tripods from the photo kit I bought a long time ago. I rarely have those on. The only time I really turn those on is if there's something that's going to, because my light's an overhead light. So unless it's something that's going to cast a shadow to the bottom because it's got an overhang or something, I don't really even use those.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to use them at all if I'd reposition my light and like shoot it down from the front. I'm just too lazy.
Yeah. Well, I found a lighting kit, I guess about a year ago. I finally started using it in the past few months, but it had 4 umbrellas, like the green background, the white background, black background. I paid like $25 for it. It's like a $200 kit. They bought for their camera stuff and never used. And I got it for like $25,
Nice.
They came all the bulbs and everything, it's like 4 sets of umbrellas, and that like the reflective type and the white ones,
That's what I'm using right now, are the reflective, like silver umbrellas.
Silver and black ones, yeah.
Yeah, the kit I bought came with the 2 tall tripods and then the little like desktop tripod.
Right.
And then it came with the reflective, 2 reflective white umbrellas.
Yeah.
Or 3.
Yeah. Well, this
I think,
come out
I think it came with an umbrella for each of the lights. And so it would have been 3 whites and then 3 of the black with the silver reflective inside. And then a carrying bag for it and then the 3 bulbs.
Yeah. Well, this even came with like the tripods and it had like a bar across it. We could put the background,
idea, Tommy.
the white or green backgrounds on it. You know, so it came with all kind of stuff. But you know, I used a deal and got it hanging off the ceiling. You know, like that.
Oh.
I did. You know, I'm not using it. I just push the curtain to the side. But eventually, I'm set it up where it stays up all the time. But right now, I'm using it for a work table. That's when I have it where when I take them instantly, not sitting up, taking 15 minutes of time to set it up right.
Yeah, this is essentially what my listing area looks like right now. I don't know. Is that on the
right?
I got the 2 umbrella lights there. So, and it works fine for what I'm doing, but like I said, I kind of want to make it a little bit nicer. And Tommy mentioned maybe putting the ring light above it. That wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Michelle Destiny should be jumping in here not too long. She's just throwing some dinner in the slow cooker, and then she said she'd jump on.
What are you guys having?
She's making what she calls her exploded mushroom Swiss burger, which basically, if you picture the mushroom Swiss burger exploding, that's what it is.
Nice.
Oh, might be time to expand the business. There's an embroidery machine at a local auction on Tuesday.
Nice.
14 color embroidery machine.
Nice.
Might have to go check that out Tuesday evening.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you there.
They got a bunch of games there, Anthony.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, PS2 in the box with a bunch of games in the box.
Nice.
What else do we got here? They got, I know I see. We have an old Atari with a bunch of cartridges. Like the Atari 2600.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like they got a bunch of Game Boy. I think they're Game Boy controllers.
Nice.
And then like a soda flat full of games. Xbox. It looks like Xbox and PS2s.
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab another ice pack. This one's like completely dead.
All right, man.
You know,
Time to get crazy now.
Woo!
Oh, they got Funko Pops too.
Nice.
Or Fun Pops or whatever you guys call them. I don't need to buy any more inventory for a while. I just came back with a car top carrier and a SUV full of stuff.
Yeah, Funko Pops are kind of like the Beanie Baby of today, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit cooler too, because like the Funko Pops, they actually copy, different actors or sport actually events, where the Beanie Babies were just like, like an error or something like that, not necessarily an actual true person that they were copying.
Right. I'm actually trying to find the Kool-Aid guy one.
Yeah. And then as long as they don't mass produce them, make X amount, and hey, that's it, all we're making,
Right. Yeah, I don't need the source for quite a while.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I really don't. I need to list my stuff. I got some.
Grab the big boy this time.
Oh, you got an ice pack for your back? What kind of ice pack do you use, Anthony?
I use a couple different ones. I got this one from a friend of mine. It's just a comfort gel pack.
Okay.
It's like a big one. But my mom works at the hospital, and she was able to get a couple of the people to give her a couple of the like medical grade ones.
Yeah.
That have like the little frozen ice cubes inside of the gel.
Right.
So I use those too.
No, I've used the ones like I used them before actually for like when they ship medical supplies.
Yeah.
I use those all the time. I just put it like in a little Ziploc bag. That way, if you ever bust, it doesn't leak.
Yeah.
I also use it in my ice chest. I got ones that are 2 and 3 years old that keep stuff cold all day.
Yeah. I use a couple of those too. Like my freezer's like half full of like ice packs just because I almost every moment of the day I pretty much have one either on my back or on one of my hips, depending on what's like bothering me the most at that specific moment.
So are your back problems, are they nerve, are they bone, or are they
both
muscle?
It's like a smorgasbord, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my back's broken was broken in 3 places. It's healed not in the right way.
Okay.
So I have like discs that are like floating all over my back. It's really weird. Like for example, on the left side of my spine, you can feel a disc like all the way like above like where my hip is.
Oh,
Where the spine should be central, like the disc is like all the way over here. Which is like actually for you it would be opposite. That would be the left for you. But we're like mirrored with StreamYard here. But yeah, like the disc sits all the way out, and that bothers me like literally 24/7. Just because it's like so far dislodged, and like all of the nerves and everything are like being all jacked around and everything. It sucks pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then my hips, like both of them are like the labrum is torn pretty much in half on both hip. So the left one's a little bit worse. So that bothers me like 24/7 as well. The right one, it still bothers me, but like not as bad as the left one, if that makes sense. So like I'm pretty much dealing with pain from like the waist down like daily, 24/7.
That's the way my back is. I got one disc. I'm not sure what it is, but it's no cushion. It's just like bouncing 24/7. And it's one of those things. You don't want to get on disability because then, like I said, they got so many crazy rules that on your income you can't make or different rules.
Yeah.
And hopefully, eventually, it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I couldn't even go get a job at McDonald's because they told me, "Hey, you need to go get some frozen French fries," and I said, "I can't. I can work the cashier. That's all I can do."
Well, that's the problem for me is like even sitting this long like really hurts.
Yeah.
And on my seat, I have like a special cushion that's supposed to be good for like lumbar and hip support. And like I'm using ice packs pretty much the whole time, but it kills me sitting this long. But standing like kills me too. Like for example, like if I'm out and I have to stand for an extended period of time, even keeping my left leg on the ground hurts a lot sometimes. So like I can't sit or stand for too long. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I have to like go lay down. So for me, like a regular job, like I literally would not be able to do it at all. Just because of those limitations. But that was the nice thing about whenever I ran the church, like I was in charge of it. I basically set my own schedule. Like if something came up or I wasn't feeling good, I can, I could just move stuff around or whatnot. But in my office, I also had like a really nice like futon set, like where like people would come in, that's where they'd sit, and like I could counsel them or whatnot. But when I wasn't feeling good, that's where I'd go to my office and I'd lay down for a while. You know what I mean? I had a deep freezer in there where I kept all my ice packs and everything. And, I kind of used it just the same way as I do with reselling, and I had my own little station where I could go if I wasn't feeling good that day.
Well, I said, even if you're self-employed, I mean, having a bad back or, your limitations, if you don't have people to do it for you, I mean, this is picking up something that's 5 pounds, something real simple, I need you to pack these boxes for me. I can't do it right now. You're the only one, then you have to do it no matter what type of pain it is.
Yep.
Or you just don't do it,
Well, and my wife gets on me all the time, because I will push myself.
Oh.
And, for example, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I had to hit up the guys, sorry, guys, I can't be on the show today because, I couldn't get out of bed. I was hurting that bad. You know what I mean? And it's because I will push myself so much, on a day like today, I probably should go upstairs and rest, especially because we're going out for a birthday dinner later on this evening. So I probably should go upstairs and rest, but I'm trying to get all this stuff. I'm trying to get as much as I can done before Ashley gets home. You know what I mean? She'll be getting out of work here probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Then I think she has to stop somewhere on the way home. So I'm probably good. I probably got a good another hour's worth of work I can get in before, you know what I mean? Before she gets home and I have to actually get ready to go do something.
Yeah.
So.
I see stuff like garage sales, and I say, well, that's too heavy for me to buy. It might be 10 pounds or 15. I buy ukulele, but whatever you call it, accordions. It was about 10 pounds, but I didn't have too far to walk, to my truck, and all that. But and that's like 20 to 30 pounds, and I could feel it just picking that up, in my back.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I feel for you too. I know how that chronic pain is, regardless of what injury it is or whatnot. It can be hard to it can be hard to rebound from and to deal with every day. This little box is like a gold mine. It just looks like a bunch of trash controllers, but even this thing right here, it's a controller for Arkanoid for Nintendo NES. This right here is worth over $50.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check to see if I have the actual game because I see people that have bought it with the game for $80. Yeah, this dude at the flea market didn't know what he had at all. And I knew that a lot of it was a risk because I didn't know if any of it worked or what was all in the boxes. But typically, I'll take a risk on something if it's dirt cheap, even if I have to sell stuff for parts.
Right.
Yeah, those are the best ones as far as flea markets, the ones that don't know what they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one estate sale, the person was kind of not complaining, but he said, you overpriced on these items right here. I said they were in mint shape. Yeah, you could ask for more, but they said, well, we got experts that check our stuff. Well, I was buying an item similar to what they were looking at. He was telling them the price, and I'm said, well, hey, you're expert in this, my item big time. My item, I would have fired my expert if they missed that item I bought.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Michelle. I have that same issue, especially dealing with the government. You know what I mean? I actually tried, when the church first closed, I actually did try to get on disability and stuff like that. And they're like, I'll be 35 tomorrow, but they're like, you're 34 years old. You look fine, blah, 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 blah. And it's like they have literally no clue what I deal with on a daily basis or how difficult it would be for me to actually just go and get gainful employment, and then luckily, I remembered I used to list for somebody on eBay years ago, because for the summer, I basically was just going to flea markets to sell stuff. You know what I mean? I've sold a bunch of stuff out of my basement and I used that money to buy more stuff. I went back and, every week I'd be going to the flea markets Fridays and Saturdays. And that's how we survived for the first couple months. And then last October, I started my eBay store because the flea markets were basically, some of them were closing for the season, and the ones that were staying open, like really, there wasn't nearly as many people that I needed to be able to make the money worth traveling to go do those things. So, I used to list for a guy, and I decided, well, I'll give eBay a shot. And luckily, eBay has essentially saved our lives because my wife's income alone was not enough for us to survive, and she was like having, pretty much a mental breakdown, having to fully take the load of all of the bills and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, eBay was a game changer for us. You know what I mean? Now we have our own business running out of our house. You know what I mean? I'm not balling by any stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean? For the most part, you guys could be making more than I make on here, but you know what I mean? But it really has changed things for us.
Now, does her job pay for like insurance and all that for both of y'all, or?
Yeah, she does get insurance. She works at a hospital.
Okay.
So yeah, her position is insurance eligible.
Yeah. So, but it covers you too, as far as the husband, right?
Oh yeah, because since we're married, anything that she's eligible for, I'm eligible for.
Yeah, a lot of time that has a lot to do with it. You got with a husband or wife staying at home. You can have a menial job, but if it's got good benefits, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
When you got millionaires, their wives might work or vice versa. Like you can lose everything tomorrow over just a simple sickness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey,
Tommy, what was the brand of that microphone you said sounded good? I got a Konami one here. Wow.
I think the one that I had was made by Logitech.
Okay. I have other ones like, I don't know where the heck I put them, but I have other ones somewhere down here.
And this camera I'm using right now is garage sale. I paid $5 for.
And we have another one that sounds just as good too. It came with a game, but it says Disney Interactive Studios on it. I don't know if you can see that. But Jasmine put her own little homemade pop filter on it. But that's got a decent sound too.
Nice.
And all the mics look identical.
Yeah.
They're probably all manufactured by the same company and just rebranded for whoever's using it.
And that's almost anything too. Because my dad used to deliver oil to a certain company, and they have 1,000 boxes of Ford, and then the Chevrolet over here, and Pennzoil over here, and Quaker State over there, and railroad time, they would box it up for them. Anything to do with mics or anything, pretty much you buy.
Well, that's what I found out too. That the Walmart, that SuperTech brand oil, is made by Quaker State. It's the same formula. It's relabeled for Walmart. Then years ago, all the Radio Shack brand electronics had, like the stereos and stuff, those were all Pioneer.
Yeah.
I'm going to put together a little lot of some of this stuff that I just don't feel like messing with. Controllers and stuff for Monday night. A lot of these
Ooh, so we get a sneak preview?
Yeah. These are wireless controllers. Like here's a GameCube one that's wireless. I'll throw that in there. GameCube stuff sells really well. Got some PlayStation 2 one. Here's a PlayStation 2 one that's wireless. I don't know if I have the dongles or whatever plugs into the other side though. That's the issue that I'm gonna have. But either way, I'm gonna throw some of that stuff in. See, some of these say good and bad on them on these Wii controllers, so I'm going to try to find some of the ones that say good and throw some of those in there too. And basically this is going to be a untested lot. You know what I mean? It's just stuff that we went through together on here. this PlayStation 2? Yeah, I think that's 2. That one I might actually keep the tested game. Got here. Another PlayStation 2? PlayStation 3. I don't know. But yeah, we'll put together a good little lot here of stuff. Random stuff. It's like this stuff. Like, I don't know what the heck. This is like some kind of a PlayStation thing. I don't know what this is. PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 adapter. That's cool. So this will actually turn your PlayStation 2 controller into a PlayStation 3 controller. That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Or at least allow you to use it on PlayStation 3, I should say. That microphone in there. We got here. Oh, okay. So this is probably the dongle for that for those PlayStation 2 wireless ones.
Mm-hmm.
It says player 1, player 2, and it has a little receiver. So that I'm gonna wipe up because it's sticky for some reason. So I'm gonna clean that one for you guys. A lot of this stuff might not come pristine to whoever would even bid on this stuff, and I'll mention that during the auction. But if something's like just overtly sticky like this, I will at least try to wipe it up for you. Oh, what the heck? They spilt some kind of juice on it or something, but that is...
I don't know. Give it a lick. See what it tastes like.
Well, if I didn't just spray goof off on it, I might. Yeah, that's trifling. I feel like I need a whole gallon of this stuff to clean. Just like that.
Look, for the last 2-3 days, man, when I go to my when I'm listing and I go to package weight and dimensions, that's all screwed up. It's like overlapping and.
Yeah, I've been listing. I list on the phone primarily, so I haven't really noticed that. This is ridiculous. Like, look, it's even like having the stuff stick to it from the cloth. I might just say screw it and let whoever gets it clean it because my fingers are getting all sticky now. Yeah, that's whoever buys this problem, not mine. My fingers are all nasty now. Give me a minute. I got to go on the other side and get some of these wipes.
I want whoever buys it to tell me what it tastes like.
Yep. Working out of a basement and being tall is like two things that don't mix. Can't tell you how many times I've smashed my head off of air ducts.
Oh, I only got one air duct that hangs lower than all the rest, and I always forget about it, and it's dented in because I'll turn around and wham! Get my head on it almost every time.
Ooh, these are shea butter.
Fancy.
Don't know what that means, but I just got through like an entire case of Mickey Mouse baby wipes. Now I'm onto the Hidget's shea butter kind. I go through these baby wipes like crazy down here.
Yeah, they're handy. I got a pack here too. I love using baby wipes to clean up plush.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that they're good for. I always keep baby wipes handy. All right. I'll give it one last, this fresh baby wipe.
And anytime I can find baby wipes, Clorox wipes, Q-tips, and all that, I buy all that stuff for like 25 cents or $1.
Yep.
It's great for cleaning all your stuff, you know.
I'm not messing with that anymore.
So do you guys chase them Dollar General penny sales?
No, I keep passing them. I said one day I'm gonna do it, you know.
I've tried to do pennies a couple times, like just watching Jordan's channel, DG Picker.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I see him going and grabbing them penny things. I've never actually found a penny item. Like I've taken the list, and honestly, I don't really do a whole lot of Dollar General anyway.
Yeah.
But is that my wife?
I mean, it seemed like in spring there was so much hype about it, and you heard so much about it. And now you really don't hear anybody talk about it too much anymore. So I just wonder if that was a fad that passed or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
We went a few times trying to chase it, and the only time we ever got anything, the very first time we went out, we got lucky.
Oh, that's cool.
And got a bunch of it, and then after that, nothing.
All right, so this must go to one of those dongles too. So either PlayStation 2 or 3. It's weird. I've never seen the R2 buttons down here. R2, L2 down below. That'll go in the controller lot. Yeah, my wife's home too, so I'll probably not be on here too much longer.
Okay.
You should have got out like 30 minutes ago. So when she walks in, you're all fresh, sitting laying down there, and she doesn't going to get on you. You haven't rested yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and check that out, Tommy. Tommy B. Bernard. He said he went through his whole store and he had a whole bunch of errors there. I'll have to go through just to double check, because I haven't really looked through my whole store in a long time, to be honest with you. I have a lot of PlayStation 2 stuff here.
Yeah, I don't pass my shipping savings on the buyers.
Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. It just depends on the situation.
Unless it's like $15 difference where you figure something might repay them a little bit, but anything around $5 or $6, that's just part of handling.
Right. I mean, because like Time and R says, the biggest thing was his PayPal turned off, and also his past shipping to buyers was turned off. Where I know you can turn where it'll give them the shipping discount instead of charging them retail and then giving you the discount.
I gotta do that same thing for somebody. Write myself a note and do it Monday.
Okay, so these are. Pretty sure this one is a memory card. This is another one of those things. Okay. Screw it, I'll just include them all. Here, hold on one sec, guys. I think my wife's coming down.
Well, Tommy, when does Derek go on his fishing expedition, whatever? Tommy,
He's here, but folks, it's not coming down.
When is that? Do you know, Anthony? Is that next week he's going?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I know I'm pretty sure it was October, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, he just told me. I think it's next week.
Oh, it is October. Okay. I'm like losing my friggin' mind, man, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is weird. This is a Nintendo controller that's set up like a Xbox controller.
Is that customly done?
I don't know, to be honest with you. $60. Probably even throw this adapter in there. What the heck? Cool. Trying to decide if I want to send this Commodore controller to Lonnie or not. I'll have to hit him up, see if he wants it. Pass. Joseph, I do pick up 80s toys if I can find them. There's really good money in it. Plus, I have a really good resource in being friends with Derek. So anytime I come across stuff like that, I take pictures and I say, hey, Derek, what do you think about this? And he'll typically say, buy it if you can get it for this price or less. And I always try to come in for the less. But yeah, I pick up 80s toys all the time. I've been picking up a lot of 90s toys lately too, whether they're wrestling figures or Power Ranger stuff or, stuff like that. I've picked up a lot of 80s turtles lately too. But yeah, that's a good question. I didn't pick that stuff up.
I bought this at an estate sale, I guess about a year ago. I still got it.
Nice.
No, look at the price on the back, what they were asking for it. I can get it in there.
Here, let me highlight you here. Oh wow, that's awesome, dude.
But that's what they were asking for it. But I got it for, I think it was like a Friday, and so I put a bid on it.
Yeah.
Like 25 or 30 bucks. Nobody else bid it on it. And all that. So I went back there like Sunday about, instead of going about 5 o'clock, it was like 3 o'clock or something like that. And said, nobody bid it on it. We'll give it to you. But all right. But it still had the original batteries in it. And luckily, they didn't corrode. Much of them, thank God they didn't do that. It was from 1966,
This is for the NES too. I'll tell you what, any accessories you can find, that's a bolo. Any accessories you can find for the NES, even if they look like chintzy little controllers, pick them up. Because every single one I've found so far that was NES has all been good. And you can tell if it's NES because it'll have a plug that looks like this. It'll say Nintendo on it, and it'll have that type of a pattern on the inside. Pick up anything you can, especially if it's cheap, because I should do really well off of that. This looks like a really stiff controller for some reason. I don't know why. Test it to make sure it works before I send it to him.
Hey, good afternoon, Rump Stump.
What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. Yeah, so like I said, guys, we'll probably shut this down here momentarily because my wife is home. So I want to make sure I can not ignore her while she's here. At least that's the plan. Luckily, I was able to get in a good few hours of work here before she got home. I was expecting her to be a little bit later, though, because I know she said she had to go to GameStop and stuff to pick me up some birthday goodies for tomorrow. SEGA cleaning's going real good, Jamie. I have 6 consoles that are complete, ready to sell right now. They all fire up all the time. I have a 7th console that I'm going to pull apart and clean at a later date. It works. It just doesn't meet my performance standards for me to sell it. So I'm going to work on that. Would you include this in a bundle too, Tommy? Just these 2 little booklets to complete a Wii, or would you just save that for when I get another box? Would you put that in the controller lot?
I'm like I say, I'm not much on the whole game thing. I'm probably not the best one for advice in it, but I personally wouldn't. A lot of times I sell manuals or whatever separately.
Gotcha.
I've sold like sewing machine manuals before. I mean, ones I pick up for 25 cents, sold them for $15 and $13.
Yep, absolutely.
You got to be careful. Also, you can get online, you check it out. A lot of times you can get the stuff printed. You can sit there and print it out, depending on how old it is.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can tell me, hey, maybe put in there, hey, you buy a game, get on such and such.com and get your manual printed for free, or do it yourself. I know guys that do it and put it on like a CD, and it costs them $1 to do it all.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'll do that a lot of times, unless it's like a real thick manual for something, where
100 pages or something like that.
Yeah, I'll print it out if it's a few pages,
Right.
like setup instructions or something, and include it in there. If it's something that's like 100 pages, then I locate the manual and then I say downloadable manual.
Yeah, available. Yeah.
for right now, I'm just going to toss it in there. If I put it in there, cool. If I don't, cool.
Yeah, Don was having our live meetup today down in West Palm Beach.
Oh, yeah, that was today, huh?
Yeah, well, she sent a live video, I guess, on the meetup.
Oh, yeah, cool. I just got the notification from her. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it popped up like 5 seconds ago.
So there's another lot for Monday, Tommy. All the controllers and stuff.
There you go.
A lot of, I'll put together a Sega Genesis lot. Either Model 1 or 2. I haven't decided yet, but
I need to send you a picture of all my stuff, Anthony, and just put it in a big pile and see what type of deal you would make. Like I said, I don't have time to test it. I don't know how to test it, really.
On what?
On some games and all that, different.
If you ever need help with that stuff, man, just let me know. We can either do like an offline, chat or something like that. I can walk you through it.
Right.
Or like anybody, if you ever have trouble with stuff and you just don't know what you're doing, if you want to pay postage, send it to me and I'll go through it for you. I don't mind. I enjoy the I enjoy messing with the older, especially the older stuff. For me, I've enjoyed the last 3 hours digging through these video game boxes because they've been sitting in the corner for the last month, and I've just been sitting here I want to go through them, I want to go through them, I want to go through them. But I promised myself I couldn't go through them until I listed all of the other stuff first. I did that. I got through pretty much all of the other stuff, so now it's time that I get to play with it. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. I gotta go cut some grass out front.
All right, my friend.
Before
Thanks for hanging out.
it gets too hot. Okay, thanks, man. I'll see y'all later.
Alrighty.
Catch you later, man.
I'll see you, man.
You guys want to drop a sub onto Glenn's channel on your way out? That'd be awesome. He's a good dude, knows a lot about stuff, and definitely enjoy hanging out with him.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like Ash is running her rug scrubber I got her for her birthday. We're having people over tomorrow for the wrestling pay-per-view, so every month before we do that, she always scrubs the carpets, so that way any of the dog pee or whatever, is gone.
Right.
That's the problem with having pets, you know what I mean? Our one dog, Chloe, she's perfect. She'll go on piddle pads. No accidents ever from her. Our cat Nala is perfect as far as she's not had any accidents at all outside of a litter box. But our dog Hunter, he's older. He has bladder stones. That dude will freaking pee all over the carpet anytime he feels like it. So we typically rug scrub anytime we know we're going to be having people over.
See, I have a shampooer. It's like one of the ones that you rent from the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I got it at an auction, but I know it's from a grocery store somewhere. It's one of them commercial ones. And we'll usually do that. Go through once in spring and then once in fall, just to freshen up. But now it's been so nasty. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it this fall because when we do that, we like to open up the windows so the rug dries, and it's been so wet and cold and nasty. It'd probably take 2 weeks for the rug to dry.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Picked up a few more subscribers today. It's always good to see. I'm on that road to 1K, hardcore. I've been grinding as much as I can. One thing I even did was I have email lists still from the church of a whole bunch of people that I know all over the community in Pittsburgh that I used to send out different stuff about what I was doing in ministry and stuff. I actually went back into my MailChimp account, it's just a way that companies can send out emails and it looks professional. And I even started sending out to certain people links to the YouTube channel and stuff for the first time. I haven't actually really tried to promote myself until now, but I really want to do live streaming in Disney. That's I know for a fact that would be something that both Ashley and I would really love to do. So that's the goal, is to get to 1K by December. Yeah, I do the same thing, Tommy B. He said the whole eBay site is so mind-numbing. I only use the app 99% of the time. I do too. I'll go on the site if I want to run a sale, if I want to promote something, or if I want to print a shipping label. Other than that, it's it's all done through the phone for me. Kelly, how close you getting? Hip flipping mama. How close to 1K are you? I'm pretty sure my nephews are even subscribed to Kelly. every time I see them, they say, "Hey, how's flipping mama doing?" Because they watch the Bible studies and stuff. They just call you flipping mama, Kelly. My nephews. How's flipping mama doing?
Trying to look for this PayPal setting he was talking about, just to make sure everything's where it should be at.
She's 21 away still. Okay.
Offer PayPal on my listings. No. Why would that say no?
Here's my bin gloves that I got from the Ghost. We were down in New Hampshire. Over there, because I'll take those to the bins with me next time. Yeah, I've made a good little mess down here today. So, I guess it was worth it. I got my eBay shipping supplies in.
Did you?
They came in yesterday.
Yeah, I got mine yesterday too.
So that must mean you went in on the very first day and ordered, huh?
No, I went in on the very last day and ordered because I forgot about my coupon till about 10:30 at night.
Yeah, see,
I was all comfortable. I was stretched back and I was like, oh shit, my coupon.
See, I used mine like when I woke up the morning on the 1st. I got some new poly bags. These are the multicolored eBay poly bags, biggest size they had. And then I also got some, I think 8x6x4s. So these are, yeah, 8x6x4 boxes.
Yep, I use those
for smaller items like hats, pops, whatever. You know what I mean? So those are the newest shipping supplies I got in from eBay. I'm actually gonna put those on my shipping shelf real quick. Oh, dang, I'm gonna have to grab that too. Give me 1 sec, guys.
I don't even see how I can change this.
All right. Sorry about that. It never fails. Every single time I go live, my mom calls. It's like she gets the notification to call me when I get live. Nice. Kathy got 36 rolls of tape. Yeah, I had a wonderful viewer send me some supplies recently. I got a bunch of the bubble mailers. And how many rolls of tape do I have? 4 times 3 is 12. I have 12 rolls of tape, which is good because I'm literally on my last roll of tape and it's getting towards the end. So it was perfect timing. Tommy B wants to know if you can see the message he just sent, Tommy.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I go through like shipping supplies like crazy. So it's like, it's almost a holiday to me whenever that new Q4 shipping supplies are ready for me again. Like I've been so excited because my poly bags have been dwindling. I might have like 3 left, and I got these at the perfect time. Although now I'm sad because I'm not going to have any more 24 by 24s, so I'm going to have to wait for them to come back in stock and reorder. Although I might get them on Amazon because I found some on Amazon the other day that I was thinking about getting. You might be a reseller if you get excited about shipping supplies. Because sadly, it does excite me a little bit dealing with shipping supplies. I don't know why I don't just list this thing. Yeah, the hell with it. I'll list it real quick. I was dealing with video games, but this thing's been sitting there looking at me for like a month. It's like a little sport cassette player.
Yeah.
I just honestly, you know why I haven't listed it? Because I haven't wanted to reach all the way behind my setup to grab batteries. That's literally the reason I haven't listed it. Because I put all of like my stuff into this little box because I had to move everything when the cat peed on my setup that one day.
Yeah.
And I literally just haven't wanted to reach around to do it. So it's like extreme laziness, I know, but the struggle's real. All right.
There you see Tommy B's thing there to you, Anthony.
Ah, gotcha. I didn't know that. Now, as far as like the networking sites, you talking about like certain YouTube channels that do networking? Because I may or may not have frequented one of those recently, trying to pick up a few more to get to that 1,000. But if that's the case, that's like very helpful to know because I didn't know that.
See, I found here where it says payment from buyers, and my offer PayPal on my listings, it says no. And I don't see where I can change that. It's
Hey,
not like
thanks, Tommy B. I didn't know that, dude. So that's super helpful to know. Yeah. I mean, I've promised my wife that we could stream at Disney, so like I'm trying to keep that promise. But yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know that. Now that I know that, I will be like a lot more careful with that. So I'm gonna list this thing and probably call it quits here in a minute. That's cool with you, Tommy.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I just want to make sure that I can not be like rude to the wife and ignore her all day because I'm good at like once I get in a role of listing, like I don't want to be bothered at all, and I'll literally just sit down here in my dungeon, like I'm sure you do probably a lot too.
The dungeon.
Why is this so difficult to find? Oh yeah, this thing isn't even really worth that much. It's still listed for like $20.
I like this in some of the eBay settings back here. It just says, oops, error occurred. Try again later.
Tommy, I would love to pick your brain on some of this stuff sometime, dude. If you're willing, you know what I mean. Like maybe one day next week, I'll just hit you up, and you know what I mean? Because I am trying to grow the channel and do all those things. So any advice you could give me would be awesome.
I'd like to get him back on the show again.
I would too.
Yeah, let me know what you find out, Tommy, on that, because I'm totally confused.
Yeah, a lot of what I know about growing YouTube basically has just come from people I talk to on YouTube. Other than that, like, I'm going to be quite frank, I'm still reasonably kind of a noob when it comes to it, because I've only really been doing YouTube since January. You know what I mean? I've had my other channel for a couple years, but like, it wasn't like I wasn't doing anything with it. It was just a place to store my sermons, so I had them for personal use. You know?
Oh, this? Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
Harry Temkin, Vice
Sorry.
President of Sellers.
That's cool. No problem.
Aggravating.
But yeah, I would love to learn more about that. Well, yeah, Tommy, I know you're not an expert, but like, just the fact that you knew that, you know what I mean? Like, that's more than I knew. Not to mention the fact that you rub shoulders with people who are doing fantastically well at YouTube. So, and here's something that I used to always say and hear in ministry circles is sometimes there's more that gets caught than what gets taught. And just rubbing shoulders with people, sometimes like you pick up on things that they do that make them successful. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to, always pick as many brains as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I frequently like post comments, like asking Lonnie different things in his, that I see him do in his videos, because I've incorporated the stuff he does into my own business and I've seen it grow. So just, knowing that we talked about the other day on the show, like, are you willing to learn? Like, I want to be kind of like, Tommy here, the bargain effect, and continue to learn and to, grow what I'm doing. And I know for a fact I don't know it all. Like, I don't even know a portion of it all. So, anything that any of you guys can do to help me, I'm more than willing to listen and to, observe.
And that's why, I say and have the theory that you can learn things every day. There's so much knowledge that's out there and just talked about. Just listen, turn on between YouTube and Google. They can be two of your best friends,
You've been paged upstairs, Tommy.
Well, Anthony's gonna be getting off shortly. I'll come up when he's done.
Yeah, I'm literally just listing this thing right here, and then I'm gonna shut it down, head upstairs. It sounds like she's done running the sweeper now. So we can go ahead and we can shut it down. I appreciate everybody that's been here hanging out. You've definitely made my working afternoon a whole heck of a lot better. Well, I'm glad, Kathy. I'm glad that I reminded you to do so. But again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Yeah, for sure. Got the whole